Game over.
Fuck! What the fuck? Fuck! Who the fuck? Fuck this fucking... How are you so fucking... Fuck! Fuck! Game over, man. Game over.
Wait a minute. There's things here. There's trees. There's rocks. There's birds. There's frogs. Come on. We'll bless them all until we get versticken. Join me.
Blown to bits. Mind if I pull the underwear out of my crack? Like having sex. It's a painstaking, arduous task that seems to go on and on forever, and just when you think things are going your way, nothing happens.
Who is he?
He's an asshole, sir.
I know that. What's his name?
That is his name, sir. Asshole. Major asshole.
Welcome. Let us load into the show. Let's go over here. And boop. There we are. Welcome to the show. Saint Caesar, guess what? I have a surprise for you in 1 second, Johnny. That's worrisome. If I get a delivery in a moment, that's going
Last time I checked, we don't have a whole lot of songs that
Hey,
feature the
subscribe to
cowbell.
the channel.
I gotta have more cowbell, baby.
Well, thank you, Saint
go,
Caesar.
sir.
Thank you so much for subscribing with Prime. 4 months of subscriptions from Saint Caesar. Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and roll on cowbell for old Saint Caesar. Thank you very, very much. Cowbell, hey-o. You know, I threw it in the dryer and thought we could get all the wrinkles out of the shirt, but I was wrong, and I'm feeling very self-conscious about that now. But I really wanted to wear my Fuck Plums shirt because I feel like today is a Fuck Plums day. Today is indeed a Fuck Plums day. Fuck Plums. You're going to feel this twinge in the back of your mind, making you double think your action. That's plums fucking with you. Well, fuck plums. Alrighty. Welcome, everyone, to the show. We're going to let people filter in just a little bit, and I'm going to finish loading our stories. I have to actually double-check where the goal is at, because I did not do that to Twitch. All right, so this dude, Zach Rar or whatever, that's in Just Chatting with 2.9K viewers or whatever, like, or who is Zach Rar? I don't know. It looks like somebody watching. This looks literally like a clip of somebody watching somebody else over, like, and I get it. I do reaction stuff, but it's weird that I see two people on screen and apparently neither one of them are the person on the channel. Anyhow, let's go ahead to my thing here to check up where we're at there. overview. Sorry about this. Oh, we knew that would happen. We're going to see a big hit in the old revenue book in a couple of days. Oh, that's going to hurt when that falls off. All right. What up? Happy Friday. He's a multimillionaire WoW streamer. Yeah. That's, well, Asmongold is. I didn't know Zach Rar was as well, but at any rate, it just, whatever. At any rate, what is today? Today is Friday. Holy shit. So, Wednesday we had that, and then we have that. Today is Friday, so we got to do that. So we are on the 20th with $50 for our goal. Congratulations. That is super awesome that we've been plugging away at that like it is. And thank you for being part of that. Mac and Sleaze saying, what up? Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, Mac and Sleaze. We are kicking off a show is what we're doing. That's what's up over here, but I actually have to load up those first hour stories. Let me drop my audio down, so don't do any sound drop stuff for just a second. We already had one. Somebody threw a snowball. Fettuccine al Pupu throws a snowball. Let's check where we're at on the sticker party thing, too, before we go there. Long ways off, no need to worry. And he missed me by a country mile. All right, I'm going to drop that audio again while we pull up the stories for our first hour. For our first hour stories, we've got a few fun things to talk about. A couple of leftovers from Wednesday that'll just be quick hits to do. And then we've got a bunch of stuff to talk about that some of which kind of don't want to talk about, but we're going to have to. All right, where is it? There we are. Okay. Whoa, no. I do not want Mario Lopez to talk to me about growing up in the 90s. All right, the audio's back up. The stickers and things can fly. And mazel tov, I guess. Okay. Stream more with your crew this year using Collab Cam. Collab Cam? Well, what the fuck is Collab Cam? I don't know, and I don't care. I don't know, and I don't care. Quitting this. We're not using Discord right now. Let's quit this. I don't want to be bogging down my fucking computer with any of this stuff running in the background. So let's end all of these little game things. Exit. Good. Oh, wait, you know what? Exit. Shutting it down. Shut it down. There we go. Now we're good. Should be good. That should help keep us in the clear. All right. Bob Ross was a CIA operative, says the Optic Nerve. I mean, that is a theory. But then, what did he do exactly? Were there instructions in the happy little clouds? Now we're going to paint a happy little tree here. And if you look at this happy little tree here, you'll understand that it's telling you where to drop the bomb. Hi, as Johnny. Well, hey, Riding Dirty Llama. Good to see you. We are doing a show till 5:30, and I am apparently now being educated. Is that the word? Educated about Bob Ross's military career. He was a Air Force senior enlisted. What time, though? Because, like, early on, the Air Force was, like, badass and cutting edge. Then it got lame. Then it got cutting edge and lame. And now it's just, you know, they have some cool jets and stuff, but most of it's now, you know, like fucking chair jockeys. Happy little waterboarding room. Is this a waterboarding room? I thought this was like this feels like an office high rise. This is like my winter office high rise. We got, the quasi snowy weather. So there we go. I don't know. Oh, he's doing a Bob Ross bit. Jesus, I'm stupid. All right, now we're going to do a happy little waterboarding room. As you see right here, this is the table. This is the table where we'll strap down somebody who's maybe not been entirely compliant. And this is the bucket. We're going to use the bucket with some nice cold water. Want that water to be nice and cold. Fanatical Bucks fan saying, not sure if you did something with your hair, but looking good. I just, just kind of, I didn't really do anything and just futzed with it. But thank you. I appreciate that. That makes me feel sexy, and that's what we need. Anyhow, we do have, like I said, a show to go till 5:30, so we have, a whole bunch of stuff to cover. I think we're good. Air Force Enlist is badass and cozy, says Special Emissary, saying Air Force Enlisted is badass. Well, my brother's in the Air Force, but he's not enlisted. Like, my brother was in the Army National Guard as a pneumatic mechanic, and then he went over from the Army National Guard to the Air National Guard, and then he went from the Air National Guard to full-time, like, Air Force Enlisted, and now I think he's a crew chief who works on something. He does something. He does things with stuff. My uncle used to make the tip of the bomb, the part that finds, New York or Chicago or... The Optic Nerve letting us know all of Bob Ross's paintings were cipher codes in Project Bluebeam holograms. All right, and we're going to draw some happy little trees here. And if you pay close attention to those happy little trees, they'll show you where the exfil will be. Now, the exfil is very important because after you take out the dictator, you're going to need a clean getaway. My uncle was in the Air Force. He worked the nukes for war. My grandfather was in the Air Force in World War II as a God damn it, what he was on something to do with being on the aircraft carrier. I don't remember the fuck what. Was he a mechanic? Jesus, I can't remember now. This is the problem. I never actually met the guy, so it's not like I heard the stories like secondhand. But yeah, and then my brother's in the Air Force now as a crew chief, which is kind of weird. Ironic, seaman. Yeah, I don't. Was the Air Force part of the Navy back then? In the Navy. Enough about that. Let's cover this little quick hitter story while we kind of let people finish filtering in. And then we'll get actually to that one, and then we'll move into the not so fun stuff, and then the fun stuff. Thank you for your brother's service to our country. I mean, service is a long way to put it. The guy made sure the hoses were pressurized. He did a lot of stuff with fluids. I did the same thing, and I never joined the military. Oh, get it? It's jizz. We're talking about jizz. The guy was coming all over the place. But yeah, no, the weirdest part is my brother joined the Army National Guard and then immediately did not one, not two, but 3 tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. 3 fucking tours, man. 3 fucking tours. 3 fucking tours. He had a break between, I think, the second and the third, but he had 3 tours in Afghanistan. Army National Guard, help your local community, by which we mean over there. Over there. Oh. Maybe that's why he moved to the Air Force. At least when he joined the Air Force, they put him on a base, and he's like, you know what? This is a cushy gig. I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it. I'm doing the thing on the base, guys. I'm happy for the base. Any person who was in the military, but who, when deployed, stays on the FOB, forward operating base, and never crosses the wire where it's actually dangerous. I don't know. I don't know if he ever went out on patrols. I think he had to do some patrol shit. But no, he wasn't. I don't know exactly what the whole deal was. I know it wasn't, like, he wasn't in direct line of fire kind of stuff. One weekend a month, right? Yeah, well, they put all those weekends and months together for those couple. Because each one was like a year and a half or two, like a year and a half. My parents were so freaked out during the first one. The first one, my parents, oh, our boy. Oh, we don't want to lose our boy. By the third one, they're just annoyed. Like, oh, great, he's going to come back. He's going to have fucking trunks of shit. Just piles of fucking shit. Air Force is the best, but you have to score the highest on the ASFAB. Well, fortunately for my brother, whether he scored highly or not, and I have no idea if he did, he had the whole track record. His job was strangely in demand, and he was very good at it. So they kept yanking him, like, "Hey, we want you over here. Hey, we want you over here." Now he's a guy that does the thing with the stuff on the Air Force Base. So there you go. All right, let's get into some interesting shit first. The internet is buzzing with 90s nostalgia because, as it turns out, the 1996 calendar, the year 1996, is exactly the same as 2024. And so people are in a frenzy digging through old belongings to find vintage calendars from that year. Oh, dear God. Why? Why would you do that? So wait a minute. Tom Cruise's first Mission Impossible movie was in 1996, and he's still doing the damn things. Good fucking God. Oh, that's gotta be weird, though. You find the calendar and you start using, like, you got a hot date written in there. Vampire. What about vampire? Vampire what? Who has been interviewed? Oh, that wasn't 1996, though. 1996 was Mission Impossible and Jerry Maguire. So a 2024 calendar will be useful in 2052. And if you have a calendar from 1996, you can use it in 2024. So, it's only 30 years old. Go back 30 years. Oh, 30 years, man. I was like 10 years old. I don't even want to know if I had a calendar from then, what would be on it. But you're like, oh, man, if you're like in your 50s or whatever, you're in a happy, like, stable situation, you go back 30 years, and it's just like, oh, man, I was in my 20s. I had a lot of hot dates lined up. I had them all penciled in my calendar. Your wife's just fucking fuming at you. Oh, really, huh? Just laying dick, huh? What, I kept you around? You should be proud. There was an extensive interview process. Let me look at my Palm Pilot. I feel, Fanatical Bucks fan, are you saying you're about to jerk off? Because I don't need that right now. But I mean, all right, you do you, just not on my time. So yes, if you have a 30-year-old calendar, you are not a what are those? You are not a hoarder or any sort of klepto. You are not someone who has any. If you have a 1996 throwback, the Palm Pilot was 1996. The Palm Pilot was 96. I thought that was later than 96. God damn, I'm old. Fuck, I'm old. Finally, I knew that keeping that Melrose Place calendar would pay off, right? And not just in all the spank bank hours you got out of it. I could pull out my 1996 Baywatch calendar. I mean, I usually pull it out every couple of weeks, but now I can just have it out year-round. Hey, man, why are some of the months stuck together? Oh, I just, no reason. Oh. I still have a working TI calculator. I probably do if I look around somewhere. I don't think so, but I really hope not. I mean, why would I need a working TI calculator? I probably have an app that could do anything that any of those graphing calculators can do on the phone. That's the worst part. This thing is so much more powerful. So much more powerful. I had a 1996 Playboy calendar. I can dust it off and try to pry the pages apart. But same time, they are all old now. So what's the point? Yes, but Saint Rn, they didn't age in the calendar. So now it's like it's their daughters. Yeah, we should play that. That's creepy, actually. That's really creepy. I said that, and I creeped myself out. Oh, that is gross. Hey, I spanked it to your mom. Now I'm just going to jerk one to you if you don't mind. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Alrighty. I have a TI-84 Silver Edition Plus with all the games downloaded via Mirage OS, so we could fuck off during class. I now have a newer version with a colored screen. Why? Why, Rusty Kramer? I'm pretty sure the phone could do, again, all of those things. All of them. Quite well. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this this next story. Again, 30-year-old calendars making a comeback. Hoarders everywhere rejoicing. Because they're like, I have something that's worth something. See, I keep it because it might be useful. That's why I do it, Cheryl. It might be useful. I'm a fucking problem. But guess what? 30-year-old calendar. I saved you fucking $4.88 at Walmart, at least. How much do calendars cost? Rusty Grammar, because in the mid-2000s, we couldn't get away with a cell phone in class. No, we couldn't get away with a cell phone in class. But you know what we could get away with? What could we get away with? I don't remember. Wait a minute. Rusty Grammar. Mario, Duck Hunt, Leisure Suit Larry. How do you have Leisure Suit Larry on a calculator? That one's almost impressive. Hi, Mom. I just posed for Playboy. Now the same guys who jerked it to you can now jerk it to me. We're Juice Sisters. Ew. Saint Rn. Shame on you. I bet my mom has one of the fabric calendars from 1996 she uses as a dish rag. Well, that's gross. Writing in throwing notes. Yeah, we got away with that. You can play Doom on a pre-agency test. On a pregnancy test? But, like, if you win the game, what happens to the baby? What happens if you lose the game? Do you lose the child? Does it become like a high-stakes game? Oh, no. Worst screen ever. The baby's the last boss of the game. You have to decide whether or not to kill it. All right. Speaking of babies, I don't know how that... Well, maybe. Catholic Friars of California is filing for bankruptcy amid nearly 100 sex abuse claims. The Franciscan Friars of California filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy after 94 sex abuse lawsuits were made against the religious organization. A Roman Catholic organization in California that is devoted to serving the poor has filed for bankruptcy as it faces nearly 100 lawsuits related to sexual abuse claims stretching as far back as the 1940s. Wow, you guys have been busy. The Franciscan Friars of California said in a Tuesday statement that it filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy on December 31st in the U.S. Bankruptcy Court in Oakland. The religious organization cited a change in California state law in 2019 as the reason for the move. The law allows abuse survivors to file decades-old complaints that would have otherwise been prohibited because of the expiration of the statute of limitations. The Franciscan Friars of California said it was overwhelmed by the number of cases filed, both in terms of the human cost and its ability to fairly compensate all abuse survivors. All of the claims are based on abuse that allegedly occurred in the last 27 that occurred at least 27 years ago, with several claims dating back to the 1940s, the statement reads. Oh, so what you're saying is it's a real shame you're paying for it now. We thought we outran it. Almost all of the 94 claims were filed in California, and most of the friars' names in the claims are deceased, the organization said. So it's a lot of people blaming a lot of dead guys for being hinky. Of the 6 living friars, all have been long removed permanently from all public ministry or ministerial environments and are living under strict third-party supervision. Well, it's a party for them. The Franciscan Friars of California joins a growing wave of Roman Catholic organizations that have filed bankruptcy to address sex abuse lawsuits. The Catholic Diocese of San Francisco, Oakland, and Santa Rosa have already sought Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Friar David Ga, the provincial minister of the Franciscan Friars, said that the bankruptcy is the only path to ensuring just financial compensation for all abuse survivors. By what? Giving them nothing? The care of abuse survivors is our foremost concern and has always been at the core of our response, Friar Ga said. With his Lady Gaga. All right, wait a minute, what? Now I got to catch up with the chat. They got going over the 2000 cell phone. Worst screen ever. Push a pregnant woman down the stairs, game over, insert another quarter. Aw. I don't know, it was interesting playing it on a 128 by 128 millipixel screen. It was downloaded through Mirage OS. I could link it via USB to all my other buddies' TIs, so we all had the gimmick. Sex abuse. Some people are sick. Yeah, apparently. Here you go, Johnny. Doom on the test. All right, I'm gonna look at that in a minute. I'm very interested in that. Wait, people pay for calendars? I get those from the bank and every other insurance company. Yeah. I don't know if people pay for calendars or not, but like I said. Alrighty. Holy shit, I missed this one from Optic Nerve before. The shadow government has existed for thousands of years. Scooby-Doo, Pac-Man, and the Clinton family control everything. That is a really weird mix, but I like it. It's nice. I like that. Long way to say cloister in a psych ward full of broken priests. All right, I am deeply saddened by the sinful acts committed and the damage caused and the abuse survivors, then only children. Yeah, again, kind of fucked up. And I'm amazed the ones from the 1940s, those people are still alive. That picture looks incredibly gross. Every time I see it, and I just don't want to know. All right. Let's go ahead and get to this one that I did not want to talk about, but it happened recently, so we're gonna go ahead and play this. For those of you who weren't aware, there was a school shooting in Iowa. The Iowa school shooter is believed to have posted an ominous TikTok message video before killing a 6th grader and wounding 5 people. So we're going to go ahead and play this video. I think this is just a recap of everything.
Rachel, I understand you were in the band room when you heard shots. Can you tell me what happened?
Basically, we were finishing up jazz band, and my band teacher was walking us.
Awesome. The interview is being conducted by Anderson Cuckold here. Great. Great. Can't wait for him to stick his opinion into this.
Through one of our last songs. And then he was talking to us about it. And then right when he was about to finish, we heard 4 gunshots down the hall from us. We didn't know which way, though.
Were they very loud?
We all just...
1. Dick. She's recanting a very traumatic experience that happened quite recently. Do you need to interrupt? 2. Asshole. Were they very loud? Oh, I don't know. Gunshots in a school. I'm sure those were quiet as fuck. As Evil Gandhi said, yes, gunshots are loud. Asshole. Were they very loud? Can I interrupt you to say guns are loud, guns are bad? I don't know if it's like I hate, hate's a strong word. I don't know if it's like I dislike him and now I'm picking at him because I dislike him, or if I dislike him and he's giving me reasons. I don't know which it is. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Can this guy be shook by a Yeah, he is a little too cold about this. Were they loud? You know what? The way he says it, he reminds me of Isaac. James Isaacs in The Patriot. I remember you, that farm, that stupid little boy. Did he die? Were they loud? Dick. Anyways, let's let her finish.
Yeah. Like, at first, I thought it was like a chip bag, but I was like, that's way too loud. And then the smell started to linger. And I don't even know how to describe that. It just smelled like burning. Mm-hmm. It just, yeah. And then when there was another shot that was let out, really soon after that, our band teacher looked at us and he just goes, "Run." And none of us hesitated. We just all got up and ran.
At that point, you realized it was shooting?
We didn't know what it was. We just wanted to get out. Because it was
Which way did you run?
So our auditorium is actually hooked up to the high school.
All right, so I thought this would be more of the actual story and not an interview. So I'm going to jump off of that for a second, close that out, and Willem Dafoe. We'll get to this in just a second. Let's read the stuff we actually wanted to talk about, which was the stuff involving the shooter. Moments before a 17-year-old unleashed gunfire in the Iowa Perry High School, the student is believed to have posted a foreboding message on TikTok on the morning that the shooter, Dylan Butler, opened fire. A TikTok post believed to be from the shooter shows him inside a school bathroom posing with a blue duffel bag captioned, "Now we wait." The song Stray Bullet by the German band KMFDM accompanies the post. What's this?
Run.
Put the butter on him. The dog with the butter.
Why is there a dog with butter on him? I don't understand what's going on right now. Hey, John, Beastie Boys are putting out a 5-part anthology. Parts A through D are free, but you have to fight for your right to part B. Is everybody just saying they don't want to talk about it? Like, I get it. It's kind of a bummer subject.
Last time I checked, we don't have a whole lot of songs that feature the cowbell.
I gotta have more cowbell, baby.
Happy anniversary, Boo Boo.
Why? Aw. All right, let's go ahead and roll on cowbell for Lab Glass. Thank you for that subscription. Helps keep this little boat afloat. We appreciate that so very much. Here we go. Cowbell coming in. Hey-o. Really appreciate that support.
Last time I checked, we don't have a whole lot of songs that feature the cowbell.
I gotta have more cowbell, baby.
Now we have a sticker party, and I didn't even know. I gotta do the cowbell thing. And now we've got a sticker party going off for everybody on Twitch. Go nuts with the stickers for a limited amount of time. Lab Glass, that was all me. Yeah, it was all you. It was entirely all you. This is the Lab Glass sticker party. We're going to go ahead and just drop the Iowa story. I feel like the audience just doesn't want to do it. And I don't blame them, because it's a downer, and we're going to hear a lot about it. The person identified as trans, binary, non-gender, or whatever. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything, but that's something that they've been happy to blast on certain sides of the media and hide on others. So, yeah, I'm sure there's a lot. And now we've just got a shit ton of stickers all over. Thanks for listening to my TED Talk.
Oh my.
That almost forced an exhale. That was excessive. Alrighty, let's get into this next story. There is a church that is going viral for their New Year's Eve service. An Atlanta church played 2 popular rap songs during its New Year's Eve service, and it's been drawing both criticism and praise online. And let's go to this video. I think the bishop speaking out at the end of the video. I don't know. But we have that, so we're going to get into that, a little video clip, and we'll just go boop, boop, and boop.
Walk it out. Hey, now walk it out.
This is not what you normally hear or see inside of a church. People dancing and swag surfing between the pews.
I want to see someone fucking shaking their ass. Seriously, I want someone trying to make the booty clap. I want someone twerking hard. Show me one person twerking. It's the right audience, trust me. Show me one twerker.
It happened during a New Year's Eve service here at the Dream Center Church of Atlanta, and Bishop William Murphy is explaining why.
There's a church who gets me, Audrey, which was the whole point of the ministry.
Bishop Murphy says he wants church to be relatable. He was preaching out of the book of Acts, chapter 3. That's the story of the lame man who needed help to get up and walk.
We were talking about 2024 being the best year of your life so far, but there was a responsibility to watch the prophet and then to work the prophecy. And so the working of the prophecy was to walk it out.
But not everyone believes secular music should...
Well, I feel like the working of the prophecy was to walk it into your bank account. I have one question. How many donations did your little church get on this whole thing? Your tax-free entity. Are you like an official Catholic church? Do you kick it up upstairs to the other guys, or you just are you franchised? Are you franchised, my man?
To be played inside of a house of worship. On social media, people wasted no time weighing in. One woman wrote, quote, "I might as well stay in my car, the club, etc. if there's no difference in the church." Another wrote, "There's no way to justify it." But some support the bishop's decision and wrote, quote, "This man is an awesome bishop and the younger generation gravitates to his church."
When people walk in our sanctuaries, there ought to be something that they can relate to.
You know,
Christopher Nolan,
like rap music. When they walk into our ministries, there ought to be something that they can relate to. Yeah, like fucking pimps up, hoes down. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Oh, riding dirty llama. Heathens. I mean, just... Nah. Nash Albertson, sun chips are louder than gunshots. Really? I did not know that. Bishop retracted his message. I better, it's not even on here, though. I don't know what Bishop's message was. Whatever it was, it's long gone. So I'm not going to worry about it. All right. So I'd go to that church. I would too, but just to see the booty shaking. And I feel like we need more video of that New Year's Eve celebration. I would like to know, was there any twerking? Yea, and on the seventh day he rested and watched her shake that ass. Dear Lord, bless us with the strength to make this booty clap. Oh, fuck. Hold on a second. Let's, Okay, so let's go over to our church here, and just have ourselves a little sermon. Oh, it doesn't work if you have. I can't have that. I need to do it this way. 369, damn, you're fine. And he said, "Hope she can sock it to me one more time. Get low, Lord, get low." Aw, skeet, skeet, motherfucker. Aw, skeet, skeet, goddamn. Shake that ding-a-ling-a-da-la-la-la, shake that ding. Christ must be clapping the other cheek. Oh. You get baptized by champagne when you twerk. Oh, man. What was it? Yeah, no. For if they clap their cheek, God saith, clap the other cheek. I don't know. At any rate, that's, again, the ministry of, oh, look at that fat ass. I have a weird story that now I kind of want to see. It's only a minute long, and we'll do this. And then I got to go back to that one that Sane Caesar linked. I'm going to this for two reasons. One, the story seems remotely interesting. I think you can see the other reason I'm pitching over here.
Christopher Nolan is no stranger to criticism. Even he, though, was caught off guard when he says he got some feedback from an unlikely place, his Peloton class. During a recent speech, he recalled taking a remote Peloton class where the instructor suddenly began panning one of his films. Internet sleuths quickly deduced that the offender was Jen Sherman, who apparently was not a fan of Nolan's 2020 film Tenet. Take a look.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. What the was going on in that movie? Do you understand? Seriously, you need to be a neuroscientist to understand. And that's 2.5 hours of my life that I want back. I want it back.
Well, Sherman addressed the now viral story on her Instagram. She says she actually stands by her opinion on the movie, but has seen Oppenheimer twice. She even invited Nolan to attend an in-studio, insults-free class to critique her from the front row.
Oh, boy. I'm sure he's so excited. That is awesome. Just sitting there working out. The fuck, bitch? Everyone's a goddamn critic. Oh, that's the best. That is the best. I wasn't even looking for that story. I got sucked in because that lady was smoking hot, was she not? Oh, my God. How you doing, Toots? God bless. All righty. So, we have a couple of other stories to get to. Some fun stuff, at least more fun than the Iowa thing there. We're running up against the end of the first hour. We're going all the way till 5:30. We have our show fully funded into March. So thank you very much for being part of the program. The way the news anchor says, but she has seen Oppenheimer twice. I mean, I feel like what she's saying there is, I'm guessing Oppenheimer is a movie that requires some smarts. I don't know. I haven't seen Oppenheimer. And the reason is because I relatively think it's weirdly not important for me to see Oppenheimer. Because, like, I mean, is it going to enlighten us to things we didn't know? For those of you who didn't know, I'm well aware that the people who made the atomic bomb and worked on the Manhattan Project largely regretted their work, particularly because of how it was originally used and what they wanted and intended for it. Like, so I feel like I'll say this. I bet the movie ends with a bang. The ending is the only good part. I don't know. I've heard criticisms about it up until now, so I've heard about all of I've heard about all of the like moments of the film. I'm like, I won't really be surprised by anything. So I'm like, do I need to watch it? I feel like I'll see it eventually. It'll be on one of the streaming services I pay for at some point. Boom, boom, home run, Chip Chipperson. I think it's home run Jefferson, go to break. But at any rate, we have a story. We have 2 left to round out the hour. This next one. So you guys love your pets, right? Like, you love your pets. And this is another reason why I am a cat person. What if your dog ate $4,000 in cash? $4,000. Now, there's a plus and a minus to this story. You can get the $4,000 back, or most of it. You can recover about $3,550 on the back end. You know what? Let's go to the family of the ordeal. By the way, I saw on the thumbnail when I loaded it there, the lady of the house actually has a very Demi Moore vibe to her. That's pretty
Got
much a
himself
thing.
into some pretty big trouble, wolfing down the most expensive dinner of his life, a stack of cold hard cash. Jessica Goy introduces us to the pup who's getting a lot of attention on social media.
This is Cecil. His owners say that he's a well-behaved dog and he never did anything bad before until he chomped down on...
Says every pit bull owner ever. See, Aaron says that pit bulls are the only dogs that, no. They all act out and eat something that they're not supposed to. It's just for the rest of them, it's like, an inanimate object. Like a stack full of cash. How much cocaine did that dog absorb? There were hundreds and 50s in there. How high was that dog? My cat essentially did that. He needed surgery. Ew. Now I feel bad. Most expensive dog shit.
Lots of cash, $4,000 to be exact. Clayton Law put an envelope with a wad of cash in it on his kitchen counter last month. He and his wife Carrie needed it for a project at their home in Pittsburgh's Point Breeze neighborhood. Clayton says about a half hour later, their 7-year-old golden doodle, Cecil, was caught red-pawed.
I walk back into the room and then all this cash is just strewn on the ground. He's just like this, just standing there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, he ate some of this money.
That's right, Cecil didn't eat any homework. He had an appetite for $4,000. The couple describes their dog as laid back, funny, weird, and very human-like.
He doesn't do many dog things, like he doesn't like chew furniture or like clothing or anything like that. So that's why we were kind of extra shocked when he decided to do this.
He has never in his life tried to get anything from a counter.
Clayton and Carrie checked with their vet and the 100-pound doggy was okay. But they were in a rough spot. He swallowed at least $2,000.
And just trying to find numbers, and we'd like recover something from what he had left in the yard and say, oh my gosh, we have a 6 for the serial number, and try to get that taped in. We had to have like the majority of the serial number on both sides, and the bank said if we taped it, that would help. So I'm bringing everything in a plastic bag, and I think I brought gloves for them.
They washed the chewed up bills 3 or 4 times before bringing it all to the bank. They got most of the money back except for $500. The couple posted a video sharing the story of Cecil's expensive taste, and it got thousands of likes and comments. Cecil was bad to the bone for one day. Now Clayton and Carrie just laugh about their money laundering pup.
And at one point he was sitting on the couch and we were just laughing, thinking like there's potentially $2,000 inside of this dog. And we're just like waiting, like where is it going to end up?
And Cecil is doing just fine, and I think he's still a good boy. Jessica Guay, KDK TV News.
So you get for naming him after a dead lion? Yeah, but wasn't Cecil also the name of the monkey in or no, that wasn't Cecil, that was Caesar. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, I don't know. That poor bank teller, right? The poor bank tellers. Like, they said they washed the money, like they cleaned it, but I mean, how clean? How clean was it? You know you're handling shit money. You know that money is dirty. That is literal dirty money. That is... I can't even sit still. It's making me uncomfortable. Oh. How fun is your job at the bank? Well, today I got to play with a bunch of... Well, Today I got to handle a bunch of money that got turned in, and it was, dog shit. Oh. Come on, Pongo. Shit for daddy. Ass pennies. I don't know what you're talking about, Nash Albertson. Cheaper than a vet bill. Hey, yeah, there you go. That's how you pay the vet. Get it out of the dog. Literally. I've heard of a piggy bank, but a poopy bank. Oh, dude, that's right. We have the video clip that I've meant to play earlier. The Doom clip that, what was it, Sane Caesar gave us a while ago. Let's see if we can get up there. Doom on the test. Here we go. This is Doom on... Doom on a pregnancy test. Why? Why are we playing Doom on a pregnancy test? It looks very, very, I'll say this. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? And why is there no audio? We could use some music or something. It's a bit from Upright Citizens Brigade. What is? Ass pennies? That's amazing. 2 lines means the monster is pregnant. Right? 2 lines means the monster is pregnant. So if you kill the guess who ain't getting child support now? All right. Yeah, we're going to watch this video. All right, so we have a video, our last story from the first hour. Our last story from the first hour is about a trampoline park. I've never been. Thank you, voice crack. I've never been to a trampoline park. My daughter's gone to one kind of fun park thing, but never ever been to a trampoline park. They worry me for my daughter's sake. She's way too jumpy. I'm worried other people will get hurt. She'll collide with other people. So, and I got to get back down to boop. Let's get there. Balls Hanger, what's up, Johnny? Listening to your show all the way to Chicago, baby. Well, thank you, Balls Hanger. We've got another 2.5 hours. Hopefully that'll help get you there. After that, you're on your own. I got things to do, places to be, stuff to stuff. But yeah, all right. So, moving on. a kids' party at a Sky Zone trampoline park in Anaheim, California. It turned into complete chaos last week when a brawl broke out in the middle of it. There were multiple fights that took place and heavy punches that landed during the melee. At least 2 of the brawls that took place were caught on camera and involved the same guy. He was on the receiving end of most of the punches. So we've just got one dude that's taking a lot of beatings. There aren't any details as to what led up to punches being exchanged, but it is safe to say that more than one person inside the business didn't like the guy wearing a tank top. Whether he instigated things or not doesn't matter. The folks inside the trampoline park decided they weren't fans of his. In one of the clips, the tank top wearing man is tripped by someone holding a toddler. He falls to the ground, and the man giving chase goes right to work on him. The guy in the tank top narrowly avoids...
Party 100.
Thank you, was fill some holes. Glad to have you back. Mr. Q saying, I feel sorry for him. Who would want to go to Chicago? Hey, man, that's kind of a downer thing. Maybe he's excited for his trip. Maybe he's having a good time. Maybe he's got a hot piece of ass on the end of that road, you know? You don't know what's up his alley. Maybe he's running drugs. Who knows? The man might be having the time of his life. He could be on his way to the moment that makes everything happen, and you're going to shit on it? Shame on you. All right, so was Fill Some Holes. Thank you for the 100 bits and contributing to the show. Alrighty, so folks inside the trampoline park decided they were at this point the wild scene. Another man appears to be trying to break things up, and he is dropped for his efforts with a cage-worthy overhand right. All right, I gotta see this. All right, we got 2 different clips to play. Watch on X. And let's go back to this one. Watch on X. All right, so both of these are a little loud, so we're going to pull this audio down, full screen it over here. So here we go. Mr. Q, it just sounds dangerous. I mean, we don't know that. We don't know where in Chicago he's going. I'll say this, Balls Hanger, if you see signs on the way to Chicago that say no migrants, please take pictures of them and send them to me. Let's go ahead and hit play here. So this is the guy in the tank top. Apparently people are not fans of his. I don't know what happened that led to this, but I'm guessing he said or did something, because this person's about to get into it. Tripped him. Oh! And a kick done happened. All right, so she kind of tripped the guy. I don't know what led to this, but there is people pissed at him at a trampoline park, and I'm not going to say what's going through my mind at the moment. I considered it, but I don't want to exist just on Rumble. Hey, what's up, Rumble chat? Good to see you. Dub223 saying, hi, Johnny. Hey, Dub, good to see you over there on the Rumble. Egg Picker saying, hi, chaps. Well, hey, Egg Picker. So if you're just joining us, what we're looking into, a trampoline park, was it in San Diego? Is somewhere in California. A trampoline park has become the scene of quite a kerfuffle, a dust-up, a Donnybrook, a scuffle, a hubbubaloo. And here we are. We'll even rewind this a bit. The man in the tank top has apparently earned the ire of several people. Lady with a baby. You know you're in trouble when the lady's like, yeah, I'm holding the kid, but I'm also going to fuck you up. She trips him. He goes down, slides across the floor. You grab his legs just so you can tee up to kick him. Narrowly missing his head, by the way. You had a clean shot at it and you missed. Now you cover up. Oh, and he gets in trying to break it up, and he gets a solid hit to the face for the effort. Oh, down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. We have a new heavyweight champion. Now he's really teeing up. She's trying to stop him. I don't know what any of this is about. Somebody's blowing a whistle. Like, all right, that's not a clean fight. He's still going. He's going in for a stomp. What the heck justifies this? Did you catch this kid doing something hinky? Double XP weekend at the trampoline park. Oh. Mr. Q. He's going a full Hulk smash on that ass. Yeah, dude. He's going full curb stomp on him. This dude's in the fetal position. He's taken several hits. He's taken at least one grazing kick, and it looks like now he's about to get a good foot stomp in. Several people have tried to break up the fight. One dude that did try to break up the fight gets just one good punch to the face, and he just drops like a sack of potatoes. Everybody else is now just, all right, we're going to watch. Oh, he narrowly missed the stop. Now this dude is getting up. He's trying to get away. Here he is again. Another fight. Why are we beating up on this guy? He's slapping him. And I'm sorry, is Call Me Maybe right now? Is Call Me Maybe playing right now? I just met you, and this is crazy, but we are fighting, so punch me maybe. Why are we? I love the dude. The dude here's like, I'm not part of this. I'm just grabbing my kid's fucking shoes so we can get the hell up out of here because there's a whole bunch of people fighting. Oh, God. Declassified Crocs. It'd be funny if this took place at like 8 or 9 a.m. on a Monday. Actually, we can get back to the story and find out exactly when this happened. This is Anaheim, California. It was a kids' party at the Sky Zone in Anaheim, California. Last week, we don't have a date. Last week, punches being exchanged. Clips of the park. There we are, the clips. All right, well, let's look at the second video. Let's oh, this one's longer. Great. We have even more on this one. There. Boom. Why again? Why are we queuing up with the dude in the tank top? Was he being like inappropriate with kids or something? What? It's a fucking trampoline park. What justifies not one, but two full-on kerfuffles with this man? And if people are trying to beat the shit out of you, regardless of why you're there, whether it was okay or not, why did you stay? Especially if you're trying to do something hinky with people's kids. I think like they're on to you, man. You clearly aren't going to get away with whatever you're after. I don't know what you had planned to happen here, sir, but it clearly wasn't going to be a thing. Why didn't you leave?
Tag OC Hood. Tag OC Hood.
Ma'am, if I may, this shirt was designed for a lady. Like, are you pregnant? Are you pregnant right now? You are. You're pregnant. I was about to make some comments, but no, you're full on pregnant. So, I have a question. Ma'am, regardless of the situation, why, as a lady pregnant with child, are you up front in the front row following the pack with whatever's going on here? I feel like you, at best, should be a distanced observer. For, if nothing else, the well-being of the baby you're carrying. Or perhaps where you like, oh, like prenatal education. This is how we make sure to, this is why snitches get stitches. I love that there are kids in this place and they are cheering on the fight. We have truly fucked up America. Fight, 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 fight. Again, my question is why? Why are we fighting? There are no kids in any of the trampoline parts. We're all too busy watching the kerfuffle. Hey, at Eggpecker2023, I like your new screen name. Good job. Why? What's Eggpecker 2023? Tard? So, yeah, man. At least it wasn't at a Denny's. Dude, the problem is, like, you guys could have a lot of fun with this fight, okay? You guys could have a lot of fun with this fight. Take it to the trampolines. Be like, come on, like, be jumping up and down. You know, if I was an able-bodied person and I'm getting into a fight at the trampoline park,
we don't have a whole lot of songs that feature the cowbell.
I gotta have more cowbell, baby.
Hey, Johnny.
Hey, Wilmer Auto Tech, good to see you. Supporter of the show, Wilmer Auto Tech, 25 months supporting the program. Thank you so much. Little cowbell for Wilmer. Hey-o. Awesome. Awesome. Alrighty, so moving on. As I was saying, you're in a trampoline park. If I have like the use of my legs, like I'm taking the fight to the trampolines, right? Party, says Mikey Two Milks. We are not too far away from a hype train. We could do a hype train. Is that what you mean by party? I don't know what you mean by party. But again, you're fighting in a trampoline park. Get it on, like, I honestly, am I wrong on that? Wouldn't that be the most, like, that would be a fun place to, if you're going to have an impromptu fight with some random person, you're not going to leave the trampoline park. Get up in on the trampolines. Start bouncing around, you know? Really kind of Superman that punch. You hit a dude, you knock him down, he hits the ground, he gets a chance to pop right back up like a superhero. By the time that it's done, the both of you will feel amazing, right? You might beat the shit out of each other, but you'll feel like superhero fucking ninjas out of the Matrix. You'll be like, holy crap. And you'll be like, dude, it was a good fight. Like, you'll be like, hey, man, we had our beef, but I think we solved some things here. Mr. Q, come get your ringside seats at Chuck E. Cheese. Again, that would be a waste at Chuck E. Cheese. You're having a fight at a fucking trampoline park. Get in on the trampolines. Bounce around. You're already throwing these pussy punches anyway. These weird, stupid pussy punches. And you're like trying to de-escalate or something, but you're also fighting when he gets in range, like you're punching like a weirdo. Again, man, trampolines all around you. Go. Take it to Bounce Town. Yeah, dude, people are telling you to leave. Why aren't you leaving? Again, take it to the trampolines. A lot of people are telling you to leave, and I don't know why you're not leaving. Like, are you the rare guy who's like, I'm gonna see my kids? Like, I did say guy. I didn't specify. I'm proud of that. SS Stern with the weird Star Trek emoji. Thank you. I don't know what that is. This would be well, I mean that's the Enterprise, like what, the D? This would be this would be set at Popeye's free chicken for the winter. Oh, again, St. Caesar. While that might be a tempting offer, look, I'm saying this would be so perfect if you guys would take it to Bounce Town. People told him to leave. People told him to leave, and he's not leaving. A kid went up to him. She yanks the kid away. He's just walking by. Oh, and that's the end of the video. Again, I have no idea what the fight was over. And again, they're like, fucking leave. And he doesn't leave. Alrighty. Again, that's the end of that. That's the end of that. Boop. Oh, there's a steel cage right there. Settle it in a cage match. Again, like I said, dude, fucking get it out on the trampolines. There's a cage to keep you guys in there. Keep it fair. Like, you're gonna feel so amazing when you start like jumping and landing punches, and then when like you land a square punch and you hit him, bam, like, but you're both in the air. So like he takes the hit, but all it does is just literally flips him. And so you're like, oh, I'm gonna knock you on your ass. You feel like amazing. He hits the trampoline, bounces right back up. Feels like he's some sort of superhero. Now you guys are getting it out. Like I said, it's going to be great. By the time it's done, you're going to be bros. You're going to be bros because it's going to be a fight that nobody else had. And it would go even more viral on the internet. We would all be cheering for all of you. We'd be like, yeah, way to go. Leave it all on the trampoline. Why do we not have, like, trampoline cage matches? That should be a thing. Trampoline fighting. We need trampoline fighting. Why do we not have trampoline fighting? Somebody get on it, god damn it. All right, so that is the end of our first hour stories. Again, we're going all the way till 5:30, so we've got 2 more hours of programming for you lovely folks to wrap out the weekend for you, bring it to a close. We're going to try and do that. I really should have shaved before the show. I got that 5 o'clock shadow itch stuff where it's gruffy and it's itchy. I really gotta tone that down. All right, so let's go ahead and load up our second hour stories. I'm gonna drop my audio for just a second, so don't do any sound drops and stickers and all that madness. Let's go ahead and get up. We've got an FDA story about Florida being able to import drugs. We've got a story about a New Zealand fisherman who managed to tread water for an unbelievably long time. We've got a story about a group of people camping outside a Target for a cup. It's ridiculous, and I don't get it. No, I wanted this. Where's the one that I wanted from before? Two weeks, 3 days, 1 day. Why is this? This isn't the thing that I did 6 hours ago. We'll go to the 6 hours ago one and see what that is. Nope, that's useless. I wanted the link, you dicks. Ugh. Fuck. Where is the one 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago. 2 days ago. This was the one I wanted to go to. Do we have any audio for this? Still, apparently no audio. Oh, just crappy generic audio. All right. Well, let's put that up there. And then this one. Oh God. This is a story that I thought I had reported on before, but nope, this is a different situation. All right. Anyways, let's get to the first one. The FDA is now Ay, Chihuahua mama no. Don't be a dick. All right. There we go. Audio's back up for you guys. Send that idea to Vince McMahon and put the girls on the tramp. Thank you, SS Stern, for the 50 bits. Wow, thank you for that. Awesome. Really appreciate that support. All right, let's get into this quick. We'll read this story. We'll rip it and read it, and then we'll get over to the other things that we have planned for today. Because again, we have a lot of stuff to get through.
And his name is John C.
SS Stern with another 50 bits. If you're going to be throwing in 50 bits at a time like this, we should get a hype train thing. Just make it all happen as one big thing. You can all go crazy for one little bit, and then we'll throw that into our goal down the line and have a bunch of fun. It'll be great for everybody. Well, at any rate. Wow, that...
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Are you saying to the hype train idea, or are you saying to worrying about or having fun? I have no idea. At any rate, if we're going to make that happen, now's the time. If not, whatever. We're going to read this while that does or doesn't happen. And there we go. 50 bits here, 50 bits there, 50 bits. Put your hands in the air. Fettuccine El Poo-Poo with 100 bits on a sticker. There we go there. Let's check where the sticker party stuff's at. Ways off. SS Stern, that was 100, damn it. Yeah, 50 bits here, 50 bits there, 100 bits. Put your hands in the air. That works better, Evil Gandhi. But at any rate, thank you again for that support, whether a hype train happens or not. The Food and Drug Administration said Friday it will allow Florida to buy prescription drugs directly from wholesalers in Canada, a move that is intended to lower the cost of prescription drugs for residents in the state. Prescription drugs are often much cheaper outside the United States, and some states, including Florida, Vermont, and Colorado, have urged the federal government to allow them to import drugs from other countries. The FDA already permits individuals to buy prescription drugs from Canada under certain circumstances. The push to allow states to do so has been in the works for years. In 2019, the Trump administration announced preliminary plans to import drugs from Canada, asking states to come up with proposals on how to do so safely. In 2021, President Joe Biden issued an executive order directing the agencies to work with states on the importation plans. The FDA's new policy will allow Florida to purchase prescription drugs in bulk. The medications will be made available to its residents through various state-run healthcare programs, such as Medicaid. Meredith Freed, a senior policy analyst with KFF's program on Medicare policy, said it's unclear when Florida will begin importing the drugs. Florida must meet certain requirements, such as testing the drugs to ensure they are not counterfeit and relabeled the drugs to be considered with FDA-approved labeling, Freed said. The state will also be required to submit a quarterly report to the FDA that includes information about the imported drugs, cost savings, and any potential safety and quality issues under the new policy, according to the agency. The plan is only authorized for 2 years from the date the agency is told about the first drug importation shipment, according to the FDA. The agency said the authority to extend the authorization for an additional 2 years at any time. Oh, so the agency can decide at any time to extend it. Great. If you're enjoying the drugs and they don't extend it, then I guess fuck you. Florida's Agency for Healthcare Administration had previously estimated the Canadian drug imports will save them $150 million annually if enacted. Do we want to keep reading this? How much more do we have here? A fair amount. We'll see if there's anything else left to talk about. Stephen Uby, the president and CEO of the Pharmaceutical Research and Manufacturers of America, the drug industry's trade group, called the FDA's decision reckless. Of course you did, because you have a nice little fucking thing going here where you charge us more for the same drugs. Ensuring patients have access to needed medicines is critical, but the importation of unapproved medicines, whether from Canada or elsewhere in the world, poses a serious danger to public health. Uby. Uby. I don't know what your name. Ubel. Stephen Ubel. UBL. Stephen Ubel. Dude, it's the same drugs. It's just you sell them for less over there because they barter like on a country base. It's a really weird thing that where you fuck us over more. This is not news. Of course you're going to be Ubel, who has previously issued statements opposing the importation plan, to be eligible for importation, the FDA has said the prescription drugs must be approved by regulatory authorities in Canada. Stacy Dustenza, a public health policy professor at Vanderbilt University in Nashville, Tennessee, said she's skeptical the plan will result in lower drug prices. She has no ties to the FDA or pharma. Having the FDA approve the importation plan is one step, but there are other major steps that make this difficult to do, she said. That includes getting Canada to agree to the importation. They previously have not been willing to do so because drug manufacturers will not sell them enough drugs to supply both the U.S. and Canada. Right? Because the drug manufacturers are the same ones already supplying the U.S. So if they supply Canada with enough to supply the U.S. and Canada and we get them at Canadian prices, it really fucks them over. So instead they're like, no, we'll only give you enough for you. Just enough for you because you get your special price. We have our top-notch healthcare system in this country, so why not? Why not keep it nice and bloated? They're all making a bunch of money. Alrighty, the Health Canada did not immediately return requests for comment. Friday's move comes as the federal government continues to negotiate with major drug companies on the cost of the 10 costliest drugs in the U.S. as part of a provision in the Inflation Reduction Act. The negotiated prices won't go into effect until 2026. An analysis published Thursday from the Commonwealth Fund, a research group that studies healthcare issues, found that the U.S. prices for the 10 drugs were 3 to 8 times higher compared to other countries of similar size and wealth. States have attempted to lower the cost of drugs for their own residents. In 2019, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed a bill that would allow the state to import drugs from Canada. However, the legislation still required approval from the Department of Health and Human. All right, yeah, well, so who fucking cares? Boop. Ugh. Drugs from Canada. How desperate is America? Again, St. Caesar. Something that especially the drug companies don't like to admit. They're the same drugs. They're the exact same drugs. They're the same drugs most of the time, if not all the time, from the same drug companies and the same drug manufacturers. The only difference is the healthcare systems of these other countries, for good or bad. These other drug care, these other health agencies, they're government agencies. So the government barters with the drug companies on behalf of the price. And they act as the gate man. They're like, hey, do you want access to this market or not? Then you're going to give us a fair fucking deal on these drugs. And so it happens. With our system, with the way it's more, it's top notch. We've got access to some of the best shit in the world. But it's also structured in a way where the government doesn't really have any involvement in it. It's all the insurance companies and the pharmacy companies, and they like to make their money. So there you go. All right, so let's get over to this story. A New Zealand fisherman survives 23 hours in the ocean after falling overboard. A New Zealand fisherman managed to survive more than 23 hours in the ocean after falling overboard in what police are describing as an absolute miracle. Will Franson was pulled out of the sea near Mayor Island on Wednesday after a trio of fishermen noticed an unusual reflection on the water and ultimately discovered a fellow fisherman desperately trying to get their attention using the reflection of the sun on his watch. Alrighty. When I went into the water, I knew the chances of somebody even knowing I was in the water were pretty slim. I was pretty pessimistic from the outset, Franson told the New Zealand Herald. I just kept staying alive. The 61-year-old told the newspaper that he had departed on a solo fishing trip on his 36-foot boat Tuesday from the New Zealand North Island. Franson reportedly lost his balance and fell over a railing after hooking a marlin. Then he discovered that his boat was drifting away from him. I grabbed the line with the marlin attached and started pulling the line out. I tried pulling my way towards the boat, only to have the line slip out of my hand, which is pretty gutting, because the next thing, my boat's idling over the horizon, and I'm treading water, he told the New Zealand Herald. The paper reports Franson, who was wearing a harness that offered some buoyancy, then floated south near Mayor Island. Hamilton said in a statement that Franson tried to swim towards the Alderman Islands, but was dragged away by the currents. He endured a cold night in the ocean, too exhausted to keep swimming. During this time in the water, even a shark came to have a sniff before leaving. Franson was eventually rescued Wednesday around 2 p.m. local time after spending about 23 and a half hours in the water. One of the fishermen who helped save him, identified by the New Zealand Herald as Max White, said that his colleague saw a glimmer, what ended up being his watch, and that was Franson. He was super cold and severely dehydrated. But you were in the water the whole time. How are you dehydrated? After receiving treatment at a local hospital, Franson said he had a meal from McDonald's and a Heineken beer. It's an absolute miracle the fisherman survived this ordeal. Police say the current whereabouts of Franson's boat remains unknown. The boat may be missing, but the fisherman still has his watch, Hamilton said. Well, yeah, but the boat's missing. What about your boat, dude? Your boat's missing. You lost your boat, man. All right, so let's... Nice try. Nice try. Nice try, buddy. Where are we at on the sticker party situation? Ways off. Ways off. But we had a nice attempt by Lab Glass to try and get it on there. LOL 45 bits is all I got. Thank you, Balls Deep, for contributing on that. Guessing the sticker party thing ain't guessing the hype train thing ain't happening, and we ain't worried about it. Did someone say drugs? Where at? Says Atomic Ray. Well, apparently in Florida. They're importing them from Canada. And like I said, people are like, Canadian drugs, they're the same drugs. What the drug companies don't want you to know is they're the same drugs, because then you might ask, well, if they're the same drugs, why are they cheaper over there? And love them or hate them, actually, fucking tons of fun. What's his name? Fucking Michael Moore did a thing about it. Socialism, says Fanatical Bucks fan. Kind of. Our government officials have millions in kickbacks on the table, which drives up the cost, says Fanatical Bucks fan. Oh God, no! They get kickbacks for not intervening. But again, the thing with the drugs in this country, the prices are set by the pharmaceutical companies and the insurance companies. They negotiate their prices, and that's the way it works. But it's different insurance companies and pharmaceutical groups that are dealing with different companies in every spot. So they kind of get to run up the price as much as they want. Because, again, what are you going to do? But in those other countries where their healthcare systems might not be as super-duper awesome as ours, one of their advantages is because it's a government-run thing, the government goes, no, we're not doing that. What? How much does this cost to make? All right, well, then how's this for a price? That's what you're getting. Do you want access to these people or not? And that's why the Canadian suppliers won't have enough to supply both Canada and the U.S. Because, again, they're the same drug companies. They're just not going to shoot themselves in the foot. They're going to outwardly and publicly denounce this as a danger to the health of people. But, again, like I said, they're just not going to let it happen. All right, so this next story is very exciting. I hope to we have a video. We've got a couple of clips and tweets. So apparently again, we're not even halfway. Thank you for that. I got an itemized bill from the hospital. They charged the insurance $149 for a 6x6 bandage, just for an example. Right? The medical system in this country, for better or worse, is incredibly overinflated on its prices of everything. Everything costs way, way too much money. There's a variety of factors at play from that, from hospitals in overinflating costs to cover shortfalls from uninsured people, and things like any people that they have now that are what would we call them, illegal immigrants that just show up and now want to, I want to have my kid looked at. She's got a weird cough and a weird wheeze while we were making our journey over here on the train, and it's like, oh well, we can't turn you away because then we'd be a heartless society, so we got to do that. Anyways, let's get to this story instead of talk about all the other shit. Apparently, dozens of Miami cops showed up to a gang fight at a mall. That's the official story. But people are saying police were actually shooting at a 10-foot tall alien. So, apparently, according to Newsweek, this happened a few days ago, but 4 teenagers were arrested following the incident. More than 60 police cars swarmed the Bayside Marketplace in downtown Miami on Monday night to shut down a fight involving a group of teenagers who were also throwing fireworks at each other in an open-air shopping mall. 4 teenagers were arrested in connection to the incident, as reported by local WPLG-TV. According to the suspects' arrest reports mentioned by the television station, the juveniles were causing a riot inside the mall and causing panic. But there are videos outside the mall, and somehow people think this video proves there was an 8 to 10 foot tall shadow creature lurking around the Miami Mall. 10-foot alien/creature caught on camera, ? Fired at inside and outside Miami Mall. Media is silent. Cops are covering it up, saying kids were fighting with fireworks. Yet all these cop cars and air traffic stopped that night except for black military choppers and no media coverage. Okay. And no media coverage. Stop the walking figure in the video. What do you think? All right, let's Zabruder this film. Let's go over here. And they've got an X-Files theme to it. All right, let's see. What is this? There's a lot of cop cars. So we're not going to be told the truth about why Miami, possibly the biggest police response I've ever seen in my life. They're saying it was for teenagers fighting. What really happened? I don't see anything. What are we supposed to see here? Is that a 10-foot tall person? It's incredibly fuzzy. I can't see anything. So we're being told it's a psyop to distract you from the Epstein docs. Don't fall for it, John. Fall for what? I'm wasting... I don't know if you know this, Mikey, whether it's to distract me from the Epstein documents or not. I'm going to talk about this. I'll talk about the Epstein documents, too. I'll talk about it all. Are the Epstein documents out? Do I need to get to them this Sunday or this Monday? Saying it's a bunch of aliens, but never see any pics of any aliens. I will say 4 kids shooting off fireworks. That is a lot of cops for 4 kids shooting off fireworks. But let's close this out. That's 1. Is this the same thing? Good Lion TV. Yeah, it's the same one. Miami Bayside store is getting scrubbed big time. Police scanners turned off. Black helicopters flying around the scene. Witnesses report tall creatures with arms, legs not proportionate to humans. Six to 8 foot tall creatures at the mall. People started shooting at. I saw it posted Tuesday night, then it disappeared. They are scrubbing the internet web, or they are scrubbing the web heavy right now. Are the creatures coming up to hunt because they aren't getting enough kids from the Satan folks? What? Ariel, basically. So this is why they're all going into lockdown. Are more coming up and needing to be sorted? Coming up from where? Miami police said that 2 male teenagers arrested age 15 are facing charges of burglary, third-degree grand theft battery, resisting an officer without violence. The other 2 arrested teens, age 14 and 16, were charged with resisting an officer without violence. Yes, they asked the police about the incident, and they didn't mention the aliens. Aliens at the Miami Mall dropped the same day as the Epstein files. FBI ain't even trying to be subtle anymore. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. LARPer in a rubber suit. How tall are the teens? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Do I believe it was aliens? I don't know. It does seem like it seems like an awful lot of cops to respond to 4 kids fighting. Even if you thought they were using guns, that is a very large police response to 4 kids fighting. Don't know if I buy it. Oh, Sad Boy saying something and then retracting it, and I didn't even see them come up on the screen. So I can't take them off the screen. They're not up there. I missed them. I missed them already. And I can't rewind the chat box. There's no scroll on the chat box. If it was an alien, why a shitty mall in Florida? Well, the idea, I think, is that that's where they were cornered. And it might have been more than one, I'm guessing. But like if it was an alien, I understand the police response, right? Like a big 6 to 10, like 8 to 10 foot tall alien. Okay, I understand the police response. But if it, why not a shitty mall in Miami? Yeah, why not a shitty mall in Miami? Does an alien have... Yeah, again, you're acting like they have taste. Why were they there? They don't know the place. They're checking it out. Sad Boy SE saying no worries. Well, hey, man, thank you, Sad Boy. I appreciate that. I'm glad we can come to terms. I've decided, yeah, if you retract a comment and I can't see it on the screen up here, then yeah, we're not gonna wipe the chat. Why bother? Weed is not even legal in Florida yet. Yeah, I mean, someone should have told the alien there are better places to be, you know? Sad Boy. No, thank you, Johnny. Well, thank you instead. We're going to top this off with what remains in here. I don't know if we're going to have, I don't think we're going to have like a hype train or anything like that in the show. So we're going to just top this this little bit of ground up weed we have on the old bowl here, and then we're going to get going with our stories that we have for the second hour while we wrap that up. We've got about an hour and 45 in the show. So thank you for being here. They wanted a Cinnabon to go to a Hot Topic, says Labglass. Maybe they were just looking for a fucking kiosk to get a goddamn cover for their cell phone, you know? But we'll never know. Because because they killed them. Because it was 4 kids with fireworks. Alrighty. So I've got a story about the what I would call the end of human society. Because apparently people camped outside a Target and then trampled each other to get their hands on a Stanley Valentine's Day cup. Although the holiday is over a month away, the double wall vacuum insulated tumblers. Thank you for the Speedy Duck and the 100 bits. Let's check the sticker party situation. Halfway to a sticker party. Thank you for that. Was fill some holes. All right, so the tumblers are vacuum insulated. They're priced at $45 and sold out online and across Target stores nationwide after their initial December 31st drop. The tumblers are already up on resale sites like eBay, listed at prices of up to $240. And these people apparently, to get these fucking cups, camped out at Target as early as 3 a.m. to get in line for the cup's release. It's a fucking cup. It's a cup. There were like 3 other people who I actually met in line during the Valentine's Day.
I'm like,
Yeah, I know we're crazy. Don't judge us. No. Must have been a Home Depot bucket. She didn't know that you were coming?
they're probably like, this fool's outside waiting.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm not liking this. But it doesn't look like that many though.
It's like at least
30 to 40, like they said.
30 to 40.
Ashton said you imagine you're like one of the. Oh, it's pink.
Yeah, the line
It's so
started to
cute.
grow more. Yeah, because as you get closer and closer to the store opening, I bought a non-name brand for $7 fucking. I mean, dude, I got this from my buddy Ryan Oz Klein, and this is like maybe $20, maybe. But this thing's fucking awesome. It's a camel toe fucking cup. I suppose it's polar camel, not camel toe. It's polar camel. But yeah, dude, polar camel, it works just as well as any of those. It's the same vacuum wall technology bullshit.
That's what she said.
Bam. 100 bits. Thank you very much. That puts us at 600. That's 400 bits away from a sticker party. We might have to have that sticker party thing up on the screen pretty soon here. Getting close to another one. Might want to be ready for that. But yeah, so people waiting in line to get these stupid fucking cups. I was actually freezing at this point. 10 minutes before opening, the line was around the corner. We saw a hot air balloon. Oh, how nice. We saw a hot air balloon.
No, Ash almost said this to me. She got it.
But you can't even hear the music.
Go.
Go. Out of my way. I have to get my cup.
Single file.
Oh, my God.
We got this. Mom, you got two? Yeah. If you're getting one. I just want a video. This is funny.
This is funny. You people are overreacting. It's a fucking cup. Again, this is why I say we will not have a revolt. We will not fight for our rights in to party, as Mikey might have said. We will not fight for our rights in terms of if the powers that be really come. Why? Because we're too obsessed as a society to get our hands on an incredibly overpriced fucking pink cup. I also would like to see, I see a disturbing lack of men in this. I mean, it's a good thing, but ultimately, again, who is dumb enough to fall for this pink cup fiasco bullshit? Whole lot of ladies.
They did it?
Whole lot of estrogen going on. Wow. Gorgeous. It's just a cup. It's no different from any other cup. And now I've got two. Oh my God, I'm so happy. Oh, so lucky I was able to get them. Yay! Ooh. Then the sheriffs came. Right, because again, you guys were, ridiculously fucking obsessed with these stupid cups.
No. Let you know ahead of time.
Oh. One for her and her cat, right? Who the fuck is we? I'll be mowing these broads down on my way to reinstate liberty, brother, says Rusty Kramer. Right, but again, too many. It might not be cups for us. For some of us, a lack of education is our El Guapo. For us, El Guapo is a big, dangerous man who means to kill us. Feel free to tell me what movie that's a quote from. I have a clean Canteen brand steel and glass insulated and awesome. Keeps hot and cold stuff for 12 hours. Paid $40 to $60 for them. Best thermos I have ever. Ugg boot wearing, pumpkin spice sipping, white liberal women are public enemy number one, says Rusty Grammar. Well, I will say that group probably was of the Ugg boot wearing variety. Again, for those dumb broads, it's a cup, which is stupid. But for the rest of us, we all have something. There's something for all of us that we're obsessed with. Can someone please explain the Stanley Cup obsession? I don't get it. Yeah, I don't get the Stanley Cup obsession either. I don't understand the Stanley Cup obsession. This would be probably why the sheriffs were called.
Oh my God, I wish I would have got my phone out of this.
Again, I would like to know who the fuck cares and why it's a cup. I like the color red. I just don't fucking care. Future wives of America. And the worst part is there's some fucking dunce out there stupid enough to plant a seed in one of these ugly broads. Are they ugly? Probably not. They have a vagina, though. That's all that matters.
You guys are limit 2 per guest.
Limit 2 per guest. Why? I can already hear some sort of security or sheriff's office like person in the background. Sold out in less than 4 minutes. Why? Why? They are gay. They're stupid. They're stupid cups. There's no need. There is utterly no need for this level of, oh my God, I have to get one. You're not a guest. You are a consumer. Buy everything. The store's allowed to impose limits because, again, people are fucking dumb. You can take the lid off and fit a quart of ice cream inside it. Cool. You can probably do that with this one, too. I mean, probably. I wouldn't try. But if they fight over stupid shit like that, their personality is at least ugly. I don't even know if they're fighting. Again, I don't understand the obsession. What is the obsession with the cups? What's so special about them that is like whatever? They're doing this over the pink Starbucks Stanley Cup. Like, what does cup got in it that's making these people go crazy? Yeah, Nate, I would like to know. But Nate shared a clip. Nate shared a clip onto the Twitter. Onto the Twitter.
You guys, this is insane. Look at this dude, stupid. Get him, get him. Stop him, stop him, stop him. Stop.
Oh my God. So we can't stop shoplifters when they try to steal jewelry, liquor, or anything else. But these bitches are ready to go at this guy because he's going to steal the Stanley Cups. Oh my God, I might not get my Stanley Cup. Somebody stop him. Oh my God, oh my God. Yeah, if it was a fucking weed whacker, like, oh, don't get involved.
You guys, this is insane. Look at this dude, stupid. Get him, get him. Stop him, stop him, stop him, stop him. Yeah, stop him. I didn't touch him. I didn't touch him. Stop him.
Yeah, you didn't touch him. You just told everyone else to. You know, that doesn't absolve you. I didn't touch him. I just ran with my camera phone going, somebody stop this guy. Everybody get involved. I didn't do nothing. You fucking bitch. Of course, I didn't touch him. No, you didn't touch him. You asked everyone else, just like a chick, to be like, oh, and if you're saying, like, I would never do that, then you're not a chick in this particular category. Just like a, Stop
her! Stop her! She tried to grab my bag, you guys. Look at this is insane. Look at this. He is insane.
She tried to grab my bag, you guys. Yeah, apparently people are fighting over the cups.
Look at this. Yeah. Good.
No, it's okay. We're gonna call law enforcement. They'll take care of it.
Wow, you guys. Look at that. Was that not insane? Be aware. Be aware.
Aware of what? Be aware. They are out here for the cops. Be aware. Was that not insane? I hate these assholes. 10.7K people watching this. Ugh. Fucking A. What a fucking... Ugh. Again, over a cup. There's only one Stanley Cup that I respect and would fist fight over, and it's not in an aisle at Target. Yeah, that was the most upsetting thing about all this. Yeah, no, I'm not going to even bother with this. So again, what the fucking cups? What the fuck? Be aware of thirsty ass sons of bitches needing empty cups. Yeah, I don't understand the cup obsession. And the people stealing it, I get why they're doing it. I know what those people are doing. Those people are stealing it and then they're going on eBay and selling it for like $240. And so that's where it's at. That's where they're getting their fucking money off of it. Would be funny if the NHL sues the fuck out of them. Well, the maker of the cups is a company named Stanley. So the NHL can't sue shit because, again, the Stanley Cups we're talking about are made by a cup manufacturer named Stanley. If you type Stanley Cups into Google, you find a whole slew of cups. These are not even the only cups they make. But apparently somebody decided that these need to be the cups. And this was the year for the Valentine's Day cup. Who the fuck cares? It's a cup. Alrighty. Let's get I have a really nice Stanley thermos. So then yeah. And I'm not saying they're not nice. Put a chick in it and make it lame and gay. Well, apparently they did that with the cups. The only cups I'll fight for are double D's, says Luke Duke. You and me both, buddy. Screwdriver market was too tough, so they tossed over into cups. All right, I have no... Is that true? Is that true? I have no idea. All right, so we're going to get to a story you may not have heard about, and I love it just for the opening visual. Apparently, farmers in Germany are very upset over some sort of law that is being implemented. We're going to go over and cover this. There's a protest of German farmers, and you're not hearing about it in the local news, so we're going to do our journalistic duty and educate you about goings-on in the world. Let's go over to this and press play. Boop. German farmers are upset. Oh, wow.
This tractor is making its way through a police blockade, and it's not for any random reason. Thousands of angry German farmers with hundreds of tractors descended on Berlin on December 18th to protest against planned subsidy cuts for agricultural diesel and the road tax for farming vehicles. Germany's government faces calls to help farmers and car buyers by revisiting cuts forced upon it by a court ruling that blew a $65 billion hole in its budget. Berlin said the court's decision had made it imperative to cut climate-damaging subsidies. According to the German Farmers Association, those changes could cost farmers up to roughly $1.1 billion. Agriculture Minister Cem Özdemir has said the government's proposed cuts overburden German farmers, and the only alternative to keeping the subsidy for agricultural diesel was closing farms.
Again, so you're going to fight your climate change by starving people?
Farmers at the protest in Berlin said most farms were family-run and already working with small margins, and that additional costs would force them to shut down their businesses. Farmers are now seeking to send a clear signal to Berlin's three-party governing coalition that it needs to drop the planned cuts.
Alrighty then. Riding Dirty Llama, huh? What did I do wrong? You didn't do anything wrong, Riding Dirty Llama. Are you going to fight the bitch over a cup? You're not who we're talking about. I still have my Pawpaw's old Stanley Green thermos. Keeps soup and drinks hot and cold for hours from the 1970s. Riding Dirty Llama received their first penalty on this channel for admitting their guilt. However, upon further review, admin Rusty found no foul play. Repeat first down. What the are we talking about? We're all confused. It's a Friday. All right, I guess Rusty's explaining his penalty call. Now we got that figured out. All right, we got that clear. We good? We okay? We got it? Everybody good? Oh, man. All right, so again, in 2024, look forward to famine in Germany. I think an update to that story on the German farmers thing. After the protests that have been happening, I believe the German government is now retracting those cuts, and they're going to just once again, they're going to spit in the face of the climate change stuff, because an actual change has to take place, and it would really kind of F everybody over. Rusty is showing his sword, trying to mess with people. Anyways, let's get to our next story. This is something that I've reported on before, and I'm going to report on apparently again today. This story was published 11 hours ago. So any of you that want to say, hey, Johnny, didn't you do this story already? And I want to say, yeah, I kind of did. Although the last time I did it, it was a story about a lady or a guy or whatever, their own personal house. They found a snake in the toilet. And this one is a venomous snake found in a toilet in Australia. And correct me if I'm wrong, but that looks like a public bathroom. A venomous snake was found lurking inside a public toilet in Australia. Snake catcher Tennille Banks lured the spotted black snake out from the loo. Flush the fucker. Banks said they have a natural instinct to go into holes and that toilets offer a great hiding place for them. Yeah. Until you decide you got to take a shit. And then that's up your ass. You know what happens? You go into the bathroom just to have yourself a dump, and instead...
They shove a living snake up your ass.
Nobody needs that. Evil Gandhi, tummy swords. My snake likes holes too. Get it? He's talking about his dick. Jake the Snake Roberts was there. Jake the Snake Roberts was there.
They shove a living snake up your ass.
Just love using that drop. Creature was wrestled from the cistern and into a black bag. Yeah. Before eventually being freed into the wilderness. So, a dangerous, venomous snake, and you just let it live. Great, it's going to go kill somebody else now. This is, again, in Australia, you find a dangerous snake that decided it wanted to, you know, hang out in a toilet, and instead, you're like, you know what? Just here you go, just slither into this log. If there's anything in there, you know, you'll only kill it. So great. Great. There's like a family of bunnies in there, and you've sent them to their death because you decided to free that snake when you could have just killed it. Who's to say someone didn't shit that snake out? Well, I mean, honestly, you don't have any other choice if
They shove a living snake up your ass.
you're gonna have to, unshove it out of your ass. So, those things need to happen. All right, let's keep going with the show. We again have just fucking. It hasn't even been a month. It has not even been a month, and that is the second snake found in a toilet story out of part of me always wants to move to Australia for a couple of different reasons, or New Zealand. But then that shit happens, and I'm like, ugh. Johnny Chimpo saying, a person breaks into your house, you kill it. A snake breaks into your house, you free it into the wild. Right? Somehow the snake's okay. Not okay with that. I'm not okay with that. Anyways, we again have a show going until 5:30. Thank you for being here. If you're having a good time, click the thumbs up. We certainly appreciate it. We're having a good time, and hopefully you are too. Let's go ahead and get those likes in there. Help boost the show, the algorithm, all that fun shit. We have was that the end of our second hour stories? I believe it was. He said we have about an hour and 15 in the show, and I have an itch in my eye that I am making considerably worse by continually rubbing it with my hand. All right, let's clear that out. That's done. Let's load our third hour stories. Drop the audio just a little bit. Just a little bit for a bit. Did you play that Doom pregnancy test I sent in, Johnny? Yes, I played it. It was kind of disappointing, if I'm honest. I could see it, and I could understand what I was looking at, but it was not as exciting as I had hoped. Just a lot of work for what? I mean, why bother? All right. Oh yeah, we're gonna have fun with that. All right. So our third hour stories. We have what is it? We have a TSA director that has been arrested. We're going to talk about that. We have a girl who posted her response to getting bullied by LGBTQ people, so we're going to have fun with that. Then we have a interview with Gypsy Rose Blanchard, and so I'm going to have fun with that one in particular. We also have a Florida man suing Dunkin' Donuts over a traumatic toilet explosion. God, I'm hoping for a video in that one. And we have a story about a B-1 bomber that crashed during a training mission. We have a clip of NBC reporters talking to. We have another clip of Ramaswamy. Talking to some NBC reporters, and they interview him for takes on abortion, but more importantly, they try to get at him with the white supremacy thing about white supremacy, and he kind of completely shreds the script on him. So we're gonna play that clip because it'll be funny. It's a magazine, not a clip. No. These are video clips. These are clips of video, not gun. Okay, I was having laptop issues at the time. Had to restart my laptop. It's all good, St. Caesar, but like I said, we got to it. Slam a whammy. Says Riding Dirty Law. Okay. Guess she likes that one. All right, anyhow, so we have again a bunch of stories to get to. That's only one of them. That one's near the back end of it though, so we'll get to that in a moment. Let's get back over here. Let's I don't think we don't want to play this. There's no there. Is this good enough for 420? Yeah, that'll suffice-ish for 420. I don't have weed ground up, and I don't think that we're gonna be able to do that in time. Ooh, but I do know a way I can cheat it. I can cheat it because I've got that there, and we'll do that. All right. His accent is the only thing about white about Ramaswamy. My bad. Back to the penalty box I go. 2-minute minor. Penalty for what? What are you in the penalty box for? What are you being penalized for? Whoa, there's a lot of stuff in here. I didn't know I had this much shit in here. Holy crap. We're going to light this up. We're going to light this crap candle in about 4 minutes. Let's aim you over here like this. Let's just... Let's just do it like that. Boom. There we go. Perfect. We're good to go. So let's go ahead and talk about this story. An official with the Transportation Security Administration, the TSA, has been arrested on an outstanding warrant, according to local reports. TSA Assistant Federal Security Director Maxine McManaman. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. McManaman. Ba-da-da-da. McManaman. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. McManaman. Oh, Jesus. Oh, shit, I got to put this up. I'm sorry. The audio was down, and I missed a shart. What kind of fucking crap shack are you running here, man? They're paying good money for their sharts, and you let it get away from you. Kind of fucking half-assed, goddamn dog and pony show are you playing at? McManaman has a warrant for her arrest posted by the St. Lucie County, Florida Sheriff's Office, which claimed she had an alleged accomplice. So what was McManaman arrested for? I'm loving her name too much. I'm going to be honest. Her name is McManaman. Ba-da-da-da-da. McManaman. All right, so McManaman was arrested by Atlanta U.S. Customs and Border on December 28th. She had a warrant out for her arrest posted by the St. Lucie County, Florida Sheriff's Office, which claimed she had an alleged accomplice named Delroy Chambers Sr., and they exploited a relative suffering from dementia by falsifying documents in their name, according to Port Lucille police. So you want to see this, broad? Let's pop over and show you this chick. There we go. Okay, so the Florida authorities allege that the duo forged signatures on a quitclaim deed, transferring ownership of property in the relative's name to themselves. The relative whose property was transferred to McManaman and Chambers allegedly could not have signed the quitclaim deed because the individual was found to have been in Atlanta on the date listed, according to police. Chambers was previously arrested in December 20th in Port St. Lucie, charged with 2 counts of exploitation of an elderly or disabled adult, simple neglect, and 2 counts of forgery. He eventually bonded out of jail. McManaman is facing 3rd-degree felony charge of forgery. So that's Delroy Chambers. Oh, he looks like a saintly individual. She was reportedly apprehended after touching down in Atlanta on an international flight. McManaman has been an employee of the TSA since November of 2002 and held a management-level position at the airport, according... All right, that's a rough looking... Dude, up here was McManaman. McManaman looks all right up here, but you get down here, man, and that does not look all right. That McManaman looks like a man. Oh. I'm really having way too much fun with that name. But da 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 McManaman. But da 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 McManaman. Rusty Grammar, that's no Stephanie McManaman. It's McManaman. How is it so hard for you to understand that name, dude? It's pretty straightforward. But da 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 McManaman. But da 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 McManaman. But da 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 da. All right, and any rate. So she's been employed. The TSA holds its employees to the highest professional and ethical standards and has no tolerance for misconduct on or off duty, TSA spokesman said in a statement to Fox outlet in Atlanta. Spokesman added, any employee who fails to meet our fundamental and ethical standards is held accountable. McManaman has been placed on leave pending a law enforcement investigation. She is currently being held in Clayton County Jail in Janesboro, Georgia. And let me guess, that McManaman is going to serve some McMana time. Anyways. Let's, there we are, kick over there, there we go, boop, 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 and close that one out because that is the end of that. Let's go to this, and go to that, and do this, and do that, and there we go. Okay, so this next one is actually one I'm very excited to talk about. Oh my God, all of that talk, and I missed 420. I missed it talking about McManaman, but da-da-da-da-da, McManaman. Got to change that out. St. Caesar, that's their declassified Croc saying, not to be confused with McBurger Queen. I only have one question for that New Zealander. Did he find Nemo? Jesus, Atomic Ray. I wish I hadn't missed that when I did the story. Ketamine and Spring Bake this year is going to be a party. I have no idea what we're talking about, Atomic Ray. And Chevy JB on Rumble just need a fucking gin and tonics. Mr. Q, the only thing that should be in your toilet is a brown snake. Well, even then, if you're laying snakes, you got a problem, all right? You should be having a healthy, medium-sized, if you're coiling the bowl, you've got an issue, all right? A serious issue. All right, so, maybe that's what was bothering me. I finally got it. It was an eyelash this whole time. She's going to serve some hard times from Georgia. Is only Twitch chat showing up on the screen? No, we get the YouTube chat, but the YouTube chat hasn't had anything going for a little bit. So the Twitch chat's been pretty active. Rumble chat does not show up on the screen for a variety of reasons. Number one being hobo chili recipe. But it's more free in the chat over there, so we embrace the freedom and just don't want to get canceled anywhere else. All right, so let's get over to this. Nice try, fill some holes. Nice try. We are 300 bits away from another sticker party. So we should probably book on through this story quick before that happens. This one's going to be fun. I really like this story. There is a girl named Mally Monk Mousy on Twitter. And apparently she posted some video. She apparently agreed with someone who referred to a man pretending to be a woman as a he. People then criticized her for misgendering the guy, posting things like this on her response. Where is it? Boop, here we go. Reply to Taylor Version's comment. He misgendered someone, and you calling the LGBT community rainbow bullies is homophobic makes you as bad as him. How would you like it if someone referred to you as he or him? So she agreed with the guy, and people who came after her, she referred to them as rainbow bullies, which is a term that I would like to fully endorse and adopt, because I think it's about time we started acknowledging, embracing, and calling out, like that fucking goat just did, 200 bits away from a sticker party. But that was beautifully timed, Lab Glass. But we need to start calling out the because I'm sorry, the LGBT community is always the victim, and they scream it at the top of their lungs in your face, and they'll fucking come at you if you don't agree with every little thing that they want. Thank you for your try, Lab Glass. No joy, my friend. No joy. Still missed 100 bits from a sticker party. Should I hold off on the sticker on the clip? Because if I'm going to play the clip of the lady talking about this comment that she got here, I feel like we might want to hold off for just a... Yep, I felt like it. Yep, there we go. Let's do that. Let's pull that down a bit. Lab Glass slapping a party horn sticker. So there we go. Twerky's making a comeback. The stickers are free for a limited amount of time. The music and that. I didn't know we had goats. I didn't know we had goats either. The screaming goat's a new one. I will say this. The actual makers of the app, like I've added a couple of stickers. The actual makers of the app are routinely adding stickers, and I think that's kind of awesome. It makes my life a hell of a lot easier because it adds new content for you guys, and I don't have to do a goddamn thing. And I love that. I love that. All right, so let's let this craziness finish up here, and then once that's done, we'll kick back over to this story. Is there a hair on here again? I have a God, I'm tarded. I bought a goddamn lint roller. It's sitting in the fucking other room. Been picking cat hairs out of this mic all day. I don't need to be. Use the lint roller. All right, so let's let these stickers clear off the screen. We're going to move into this story. Brief recap if you're just joining us or if you missed it because of the sticker party or you just forgot, whatever, what have you. So this video that we're about to play is a lady's response on Twitter because a bunch of people came at her for agreeing with a person who didn't play the gender game with an LGBT person. And it was a huge sin. I guess. So she referred to the people that came at her as rainbow bullies, a term I love. I fucking love that term. So a person replied to them saying, you misgendered someone and you calling the LGBT community rainbow bullies is homophobic and makes you as bad as him. How would you like it if someone referred to you as he or him? This... We're going to go watch on X, so that way we don't have to deal with any problems with this. This is her response. It's 52 seconds long, and it's beautiful. So this is the girl's response to how would you like to be referred to as he or him. Here we are, and play.
I'm so excited that you said this. Okay. First of all, you just assumed my gender. Second of all, I don't give a I know that probably bothers you, but the difference between us is that I don't base my emotional stability on the validation of strangers. I know, rough concept, huh? And by the way, there's nothing wrong with me accurately defining a group of people as rainbow bullies when they are literally notorious for throwing temper tantrums and lashing out at people who think even minutely different from them. And by the way, I have personally been called things so much worse than a rainbow bully. So if that is gonna be the end-all be-all for your whittle feelings, then I think you need to go take a trip over to Super Weenie Hut Jr. I'm so excited that
Rusty Grammar, looks like a she to me. This is the lady that got shit for not playing the gender game with a guy posted a clip or something not calling a guy that identified as a she. He called him a he, and she went along with that clip saying, yeah, I wouldn't call him. She did that. And then, so they came at her saying, how would you like? So that was, again, her response. She sounds like Pokemon, a complete cunt. Really? She sounds like a complete cunt? I thought that was pretty funny. I mean, the voice might be a little high-pitched. I don't know how old she is. Labglass just saying, marry me. I don't know. I rolled a doobie, and now I'm high, says Was Fill Some Holes. I think she was hilarious and pretty correct, says SS Stern. Yeah, I thought she was pretty funny, and again, pretty correct. Like I said, the part that I loved the most was at the end. We won't play the whole thing. We'll clip it right over to here.
People who think even minutely different from them. And by the way, I have personally been called things so much worse than a rainbow bully. So if that is gonna be the end-all be-all for your whittle feelings, then I think you need to go take a trip over to Super Weenie Hut Jr.
So again, she's just kind of funny. It's just kind of funny. Rainbow bully is a pretty, I think, lazy term. Not a big deal. So yes, that that again is awesome, and I love that that happened. I love that happened. And so, how would you like it if someone misgendered you? And like the rest of us would care if someone called me a lady. The beard would really make me wonder why you would go there. But again, I really I don't know that it would bother me. I think I would be okay. Again, weirded out, but they are rainbow bullies. SS Stern, no, that's absolutely true. Rainbow bullies. Hey, Lady Crutches, joking, says Saint Caesar. Even if, again, like, the thing is, if you misgendered me, it would make me ask questions about you because, again, I'm apparently giving Deadpool a view of my dick. Thank God I'm wearing pants. Anyways, I, again, wouldn't be that heartbroken over it. Again, mostly weirded out. But the idea is the part that I love about this is, as she kind of points out on this, the rest of us don't put our lives on that kind of tightrope of qualifications that everyone needs to endorse and embrace. We again can kind of just live, you know. So should I call you a dude? Says Labglass. If you call me a dude, I'm fine with it. It's going to be okay. I would not care if someone called me the wrong gender. In fact, I would laugh at them, says Toastmaster. Yeah, again, I would kind of laugh if you called me a chick. I'd be like, really? But I've met some people where it's hard to guess which one they are. So it's just, you know, I mean, whilst we're in a break from stories, the guy doing the DSP doc has met with him in person, and the doc is happening. Yeah, St. Caesar, cool. Thank you for that update. I will say this. I don't really care until the documentary's out. Until the documentary's out, I don't give a shit. I'll watch the documentary. I'll care about the documentary. Maybe I'll even put together and play some clips from it or something. But definitely not worrying about it or caring really until it actually happens. And Labglass saying 99% of us don't care. I don't know if 99% of us don't care. I'll say a majority of us probably don't. My gaming community that maybe would give more of a shit is not really here anymore. We kind of lost them when we stopped doing all the gaming stuff, which is fine. It's sad, but fine. Maybe we'll bring back some gaming stuff here soon. Do some different things. Have some hopes to do some fun stuff. Anyways, let's go ahead and get to our next video. We, again, only have like an hour left in the program. We still have a couple of things to get through, and I don't want to get... we've only gotten 2 stories down, so we've got to get through the rest of this stuff. I don't want to get too hung up on... Hutch from Starsky and Hutch died. Says, was fill some holes. Shame. Don't know that I ever watched that show. Anyways, moving over. I love the gaming, just don't care about other gamers, says Labglass. Oh, no. I mean, what was the blonde? Was that the blonde or brunette? What? Oh, the dog from that Tom Hanks movie. No, I don't think that's... I don't think that's the right one. I think you have the wrong one there. I'm just blonde guy, says fill some holes. No, I'm thinking of the one from Dukes of Hazzard. Okay, so yeah, I don't even remember the Starsky. That's Hooch. Yeah, Turner and Hooch. Anyways. Are we good? Hooch is made in jail. No. That's toilet wine. Hooch can be made in a variety of places. And why are we on this subject? I have no idea. In fact, I think I have a sound drop for that. Hold on. Where is it? There, over here. And... oh, let's go back. The sound drop was right there. They had the cool...
fuck off.
Torino. Yeah. I don't know. Blame holes. Holes? Was fill some holes? I don't fucking... At any rate, let's move on to our next story. Our next story, do you know Gypsy Rose Blanchard? I believe you do. Gypsy Rose Blanchard was the lady who served time for getting her mother killed because of that whatever thing where she kept... whatever. Now, Gypsy Rose Blanchard is explaining why her first day in prison was one of the happiest. That wasn't even what I wanted to have here. Wait a minute, what? This was supposed to be first day in prison was one of the happiest. I thought we were doing an interview. That's not the one that I thought it was. Now I'm worried. All right, we're going to play this. My only problem with this is Gypsy Rose Blanchard is out, but her accomplice isn't.
I was brought to a breaking point. Me, as I am, as an individual, I could never kill someone.
No, but you could convince someone to kill somebody on your behalf, which you did, which is the problem I have. That guy is fine to spend the rest of his life in jail, but you convincing him to do it, you're fine. You get to be out. Is it just me, or is the stream laggy? Let's see. My KBS looks good on this. My notifications does not have anything going on here. I I really hope it's not laggy. Let's pop this out before we get deep into the story. Well, the person that actually did it gets a harsher sentence typically. Right, but I mean, that person was honeypotted into it. She threw her T and her V at him, and he's like, well, I'll kill your mom for you. All right, where's, lag for a bit for a second. Let's look at my stream's creator dashboard. Let's see what this is. You're live. Yes, I know that. Stream manager. It did dip out for just a second. The bit rate dropped a lot for just a second. Not completely out, but went down and back up. But yeah, we're good. So sorry about that, but hopefully we're good now. Facebook is struggling for me, but stream is good, says St. Caesar. Well, I'm glad the stream's doing well for you. All right, so back to this again. Gypsy Rose Blanchard. I could never kill someone. That's the part that bothers me. I could never kill someone. You did, though. I mean, even if you got someone else to do it on your behalf, you're responsible. You got someone killed, so you did kill someone. You didn't do it with your own two hands.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard was released from prison after serving 8 years over a plot to kill her abusive mother.
The day that I entered into prison happened to be one of the best days of my life, before obviously my newfound freedom. Being able to just do something as simple as make friends for the first time. It was definitely more freedom than I had ever felt before in my life, living with my mother.
I learned a lot about how a lot of women, use their vagina and their tits to get people murdered.
Now, with what you know, looking back, do you feel that the system failed you?
Yes, I do feel like the system failed me. I realize that there are resources and things that are put in place to protect kids from going through what I went through. And unfortunately, I just fell through the cracks of all of it.
At what point did you realize that you were not ill?
I think that there were certain things that I knew that I didn't have wrong with me. Like I knew that I could walk. But there was other things that my mother was claiming that I had wrong, such as like she claimed that I had leukemia. So obviously because you can't see leukemia, I didn't know if I had that or not. I was under quite an extensive amount of medications.
Blanchard pleaded guilty to second-degree murder in 2016. She admitted that she convinced her then-boyfriend to stab her mother, Dee Dee Blanchard, to death. After the abuse she experienced at the hands of her mother came to light, Blanchard was sentenced to 10 years in prison and released 2 years early on December 28th. What do you think that your life would look like today if your mother were still here?
I don't think that there would have been an end in sight for me. I honestly think one of two things would have happened. Either she would have eventually got caught, but too late to save me, or I would have been killed from all of the malpractices, the surgeries, the medications. All of that takes a toll on a body, especially if you don't need the medications or surgeries.
If your mother were here
I would like to say to the Rainbow Bullies, I know what you're going to say, but community, and I think you know which one, hear me?
Practices, the surgeries, the medications, all of that takes a toll on a body, especially if you don't need the medications or surgeries.
If your mother...
All of that takes a toll on a body, especially if you don't need the medications or surgeries. Quite the rock on her hands. Someone married that broad. Yeah, dude married her. She had a, what was it, a January 1st, like, kiss thing. I like Rainbow Bully. I think Rainbow Bully's fun. Anyhow, victim mentality ain't helping either. I don't know, man. She's I'll say this: she at least at the case like said she convinced her then boyfriend to do it. So at least she admitted she convinced her then boyfriend to stab the guy. But again, the boyfriend I think is like in for life. And
Mother were here today, what would you tell her, Gypsy?
I would tell her that I'm sorry and I forgive her. She was not a monster. She was just a sick woman, and she would have needed a lot of mental health care.
According to the Missouri Department of Corrections, Blanchard is expected to remain under parole supervision.
Yeah, and she again posting nice little hot pics. Just like I said, the guy in this situation, her mother was bad. Yeah, which is again why I feel like the guy in this situation is getting a raw fucking deal, because when does he get out?
Until June 2025. You have been out of prison now just for exactly 1 week, and you are married, you are reunited with your family. How has life been for you?
Life has been wonderful so far. I'm enjoying my new freedom, and I look forward to seeing what the future holds.
Good for her.
So here
Good
it is,
for
kind of
her,
a broad stroke
in that sense.
look at the weather forecast.
Again, how do you feel about the guy? That's the question that I would like to ask. How do you feel about the guy that's still in jail for the one that that actually did the stabbing? You admit that you convinced him. 1 week and already chasing clout. Is it wrong of me to say I don't like this chick? I don't like this broad. I don't like her. And I don't like that apparently we're not asking her how she feels it again. She's out there saying that, if her mother wasn't stopped, she might not be alive today. And I can believe that. I can believe that 110%. And I, again, say that these are reasons why the guy who did the stabbing was kind of, I don't know, maybe not a bad person. Is it something that we can expect him to do a lot of? Do a lot of stabbing? Or was it I don't know, extenuating circumstance? It's weird how we can be so understanding for her. Well, she convinced her then boyfriend to murder somebody. But, she didn't have a choice. It was her only option. Her then boyfriend had to do this to save her. And her happiest day of her life was her first day in prison. Great. Good for you. Again, question. What about your knight in shining armor who did this amazing thing for you? What about that poor guy? When does the TV movie come out? I have no idea. Probably as soon as she sells the rights and they make the damn thing. So pretty soon, I imagine. Probably in time for next Christmas season or Valentine's Day. Sit down with your loved one and watch them kill their mom. All right, so that's that story. Nope. I don't care about this dude and whatever news phenomena he's talking about. All right, so we have about a half hour left in the program. Next year's Hallmark movie of the week. Maybe, I don't know, man, if you're willing to kill one person.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Let's go ahead and roll on cowbell for Rusty Grammar gifting a tier 1 sub to Evil Gandhi. Thank you, Rusty Grammar. Evil Gandhi's cowbell coming in. Hey-o. Thank you very much for that, Rusty Grammar. Britney Spears to play her.
Cheer 100.
Thank you, SS Stern, for the 100 bits. With the gifted sub and the 100 bits, are we on the edge of a thing again, maybe? I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. Let's get through this next story. If that happens, we'll do that. Otherwise, we'll get through these. We got a little bit less... Got Got about 40 minutes in the program. Thank you for the 125 bits, Lab Glass. That should be a lot closer. I don't know what the deal is. At any rate, thank you very, very much for that. And SS Stern earning a new 5K bits badge. That's super awesome. All right, this next story. Dunkin' Donuts is facing a lawsuit. Now, I've heard of a lot of reasons to sue a fast food joint. Usually, I'm not in favor of somebody suing a business establishment for, service or whatever. I'm always usually like, I feel like those are usually just to make like a quick buck or whatever. I don't know. This one might be different. A Florida man is suing Dunkin' Donuts over a traumatic toilet explosion. So wait a minute. Should you be suing them or should they be suing you? Who blew out the toilet? Again, the traumatic toilet. You had a traumatic toilet explosion? There is a movie, a miniseries. There's a miniseries? What's the miniseries, Sandy Squatch? All right, Saint Caesar, it all leads back to poop, Johnny. It kind of does on this program. Donut NATO. Hot and not ready. Well, it's a Dunkin' Donuts, so do they do hot and ready as one of their slogans? I mean, all right, let's just get into this. Paul Kruak has filed a negligence lawsuit against Dunkin' after he went into the bathroom at a Winter Park, Florida location and ended up covered in shit. A toilet literally exploded. Following the explosion of the toilet, the plaintiff emerged from the men's room and sought assistance from employees and managers of the defendant's business to clean himself. I'm guessing that didn't go well, and this is why I shouldn't pick at a scab while I'm doing a show. I bet that's gonna bleed now. Yeah. And thank you for the screaming goat. Holy shit, now we are close to a hype train. We have a minute left to make that happen. One more 100 bit or gifted sub or whatever, and that'll from one more person, and that'll throw that in. Maybe because we have 30 people, it's taking more to get it to happen. I don't know. There we are. Thank you for the channel points, Rusty Grammar. 40 seconds left for that if the hype train's going to happen. Let's go ahead and cover this now. So, following the explosion, he the business to clean himself as he remained covered in human feces and urine.
All things being here comes a train, a busy little train, rushing up and down on the daisy line. Mummies and daddies, the grandpas and the grannies, everyone's aboard on the 809. Here comes a train, and here comes driver's head too. Wah-hey! Here it comes, here it comes, here comes a train today. Here comes a train!
Shamrock 100.
Thank you very, very much, SS Stern. That puts us at 64% of level 1 of the hype train. I'm going to have to get this all Rusty Grammar. Damn it, Mike Lindell is calling me now. I'll be right back. Well, thank you, Rusty Grammar. Evil Gandhi slapping an Arctic snowball on there. Thank you for the 100 bits. Nice try. A little bit off. Let's check on the party thing. How far are we on that? A little ways off. Probably won't happen again. So let's take that off the screen. 70% of the way through this level 1 hype train. Again, thank you so much for that support. It means so much to me that you guys continue to support this show. I really, really appreciate it. So thank you. Let's keep going with the story again. Exploding toilet.
Last time I checked, we don't have a whole lot of songs that feature the cowbell.
Shit, I gotta throw that.
Cowbell, baby.
Justki 39 egg 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 Justki 39 egg.
He liked it. I don't know if that's a thing or not. But either way, level 2 of the hype train 1%. That's super awesome. Thank you for subscribing with Prime Fanatical Bucks fan. Let's do this like that, because we have to do a controlled burn for the level 1 of the hype train, and we have a level 2 that we'll have to get into in a little bit, but that's at 1%. We'll see where that goes. Thank you again for the hype train. Super awesome to have that support. Really, really appreciate that. So here we go. That's gonna be fun. Alrighty. So he came out of the men's room looking for help, and one of the employees told him, well, yeah, we already knew there was a problem with the toilet because there had apparently been a previous incident. He's now seeking more than $100,000, claiming he suffered severe and long-term injuries. Correct claims that the messy incident resulted from him enduring bodily harm and psychological damages, along with a permanent and significant emotional injury, mental anguish, loss of the capacity for enjoyment of life, expense of medical care, and treatment. As a direct result of the defendant's breach and or multiple breaches of its duties and obligations to the plaintiff, who lawfully on the defendant's premises, the plaintiff unwittingly became the victim of the exploding toilet and the aftermath which followed, and sustained damages including injuries and emotional mental distress. This man has apparently needed mental health and counseling care since the January 2022 blast. I would love him to wander into like a crisis group or a counseling group. 2 minutes left, 1% level 2 hype train. Thank you very much for being a part of the program and helping with that. If you want to, now is the time. You can't enjoy a good crap anymore. Not in a public restroom, that's for sure. Does it say how the toilet exploded? I don't know, but I love that they apparently were aware of the toilet having a problem from a previous incident and at no point thought that they should, I don't know, warn somebody, maybe hang up an out-of-order sign.
I got a fever. And the only prescription...
Lab Glass jumping in with 2 gifted subs, one for Fonta Gamer and another for Dejabar... Dejabar. I can't read that name. Is it because I'm high? It might be. 56% of the way through level 2 of the hype train. 1 minute to go. Thank you for the support. Cowbell coming in. Glad to see Fonta Gamer getting one. Cowbell coming in. Hey-oh. Thank you very much for that. All righty. So again, the toilet blew in 2022. And ever since then, this man has not had a peaceful poo. Holy crap, all of that rhymed. And I ended it with holy crap. Oh, that was beautiful. Oh, man. I'll never forget where I was on
January 3rd of 2002 or 2022. I walked into that bathroom after having myself a cream-filled Bismarck and an iced caramel latte. I figured it was fine to walk into the bathroom and have myself a shit. And then I hit the flush lever, and my world turned upside down. My butthole got swirled by the same poo I had recently evacuated. Oh. And I had to wear that shit like a badge of shame. I wasn't even sure all of it was mine. Oh, that poor bastard. But yeah, I might need a few counseling sessions after I've been doused in duty, I feel like. No. 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 Oh, man. Do you ever have a peaceful poo ever again? Really? I mean, do you have IBS? Do you develop issues? What kind of... He gets shell shock when he feels a rumble down yonder? Oh, no. I feel like that's a person who never uses a public toilet ever again. Ever again. Never. Not even a porta potty. Even a porta potty, you can't trust it. You can't trust it. Nash Albertson, he got E. coli. He got E. coli? He got doused in poo. Wouldn't be surprised if he got E. coli. All right, so, God damn. Just... just... I'm having trouble moving on from this because, again, it just... The visual image. He developed public shitting disorder, PSD. Oh. Poop TSD. Post-traumatic shit disorder. Alrighty, let's can't stop dragging my cursor down there. It's a problem. I have issues. Alrighty, so our next story is about a B-1 bomber. We had been talking about the Air Force earlier. Granny taught me that you can squat over a heaping mound of shit that is piled up above the seat level in a... I'm wiping the chat for that. I don't even want that on the screen anymore, man. Like, I don't need that visual. That's seriously messy. I don't want to think about that now. That's just gross. Just, oh. Ugh. That's not helping, Evil Gandhi. All right, so this next story. We're moving on. We're going to survive. Because this story isn't about pooping.
So let's just do that. Alrighty. So a B-1 bomber assigned to Ellis Air Force Base in South Dakota it crashed during a training mission Thursday afternoon, according to a news release from the base. The aircraft was attempting to land on the installation at around 5:50 p.m. when it crashed. 4 crew members were found aboard during the incident. All 4 ejected safely, according to the base. Further details were not released. So the base said a board of officers will be investigating what caused the accident. Automated weather reporting equipment recording airfield conditions reported poor visibility, freezing temperatures, and low clouds at the time of the crash, according to the Associated Press. I was going to say for a minute there this sounded dangerously similar to the plot of Broken Arrow. The B-1 Lancer bomber is a highly versatile multi-mission weapon system, according to the Air Force, and is capable of tracking, targeting, and engaging moving vehicles, as well as self-targeting and terrain follow mode. Well, that one didn't work too well. The aircraft carries the largest conventional payload of guided and unguided weapons. Blah, blah, blah. I don't really care about any of that. While 100 were originally built, fewer than 60 remain in service at the Dyess Air Force Base in Texas at Ellsworth. All right, so we're down by about half, but hey. All right, let's, oh, I didn't put that over there. Granny is a Fed, says Rusty Grammar. He might be a Fed. I don't know. I don't keep track of Granny's whereabouts. Thank you for watching on Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble. We have about 20 minutes left in the show, give or take. And I'm gonna be honest that I'm feeling weird now after that last story. I'm not feeling good. I don't feel well. And I do still have to do a controlled burn. So we have that going for us. Yippity. Let's get over to this. We'll cover this next story. We'll do a couple things. We also have some extra time, overtime stuff we can get into to finish out the show. All right. So this next one that we're going to cover, it's a fun little one. Now, we could do the whole interview, and I don't think I want to because it's probably too long. But Vivek has been very, very interestingly handling the news media, especially if you're on the opinion a lot of us are that the news media is a bunch of assholes and full shit. Well, at any rate, so he's on NBC News, and these two ladies, oh, this is a 5.5-minute clip. We're going to be here for a little bit. These two news ladies apparently have a discussion with him on white supremacy. I love this. I love when they confront people who are a quote-unquote minority with white supremacy, and that person looks at them like they're stupid. And so let's go boop, 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 and
let's talk about what white supremacy and what.
Let's talk about white supremacy. Okay, lady.
Happened last night for a moment, because when you were talking to reporters last night, you called white supremacy a myth. When someone asked you about Dylan Roof, you said you didn't know who that is. Have you looked up what happened in 2015?
Yeah, look, I said this last night. Invidious racial discrimination is wrong no matter how it happens. But if a Washington Post reporter is asking me almost like a catechism, whatever question I said, I'm against invidious racial discrimination, whatever form it takes, but says, do you denounce white supremacy? It's incumbent on us for us to define what white supremacy is. I wrote my book, Woke Inc., and I've written about the detailed understanding of what the popular understanding of these terms have come to mean. Do you believe punctuality is a vestige of white supremacy, Dasha?
Look,
because if you don't, then you have a disagreement about many of the people who are defining those terms, or the written word, or the use, or the nuclear family. This is These aren't my words. These are the words of intellectual proponents from Ibram Kendi to the Ayanna Presleys to BLM that have said these are vestiges of white supremacy. So
Mr.
we can't have it both ways.
What you do, though,
we have to have
you
an honest discussion.
Straw man arguments.
This is not a straw man.
You
This is
brought
not
up
a straw
Jussie
man.
Smollett as the best
Jussie
example
Smollett
of white
was the hottest thing in
supremacy.
news in the back of a fake actual attack on him that we have to contend with.
And yet you have examples like the
federal law
Buffalo
enforcement's
shooter
data.
in New York just in
Cherry-picked.
2022.
You have other
but
examples.
you are also cherry picking when you bring up Jussie
So
Smollett.
I'll look at all of the statistics. More black on black crime. If you really care about actual crime against black Americans, let's get to the root causes of it in the inner cities of this country.
The Anti-Defamation League tracked a 38% increase in white supremacist propaganda.
Fight, 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 fight. Get to the trampoline pit. I was really hoping he was gonna have like a like kind of like they were gonna talk to him about white supremacy and he's gonna have a moment here. Now it just looks like a weird kind of back and forth. Is this a win or not? This is one of the problems when I gather these news stories. I don't wanna have a reaction like pre-planned, and if I've watched it ahead of time, my reaction won't be genuine. It'll be pre-planned based on what I thought, what I've thought after. Because I'll have different thoughts about this later. If I was going to watch it and then watch it again, it'll ruin it. So I got to do it as one honest thing. I got to say, he's not owning them. It just seems like a fight. Like I said, fight. It's just a back and forth with these two. Lady in the pink knows to keep her mouth shut. Yeah, well, the lady in the pink is very much aware that she is the ugly wingman in this to make her host look good.
Propaganda last
Who's
year.
tracking that?
The Anti-Defamation League.
Yeah, the ADL I don't think is a particularly credible source
So
when
who
they
are
have
we
a
supposed to
cherry-picked
look
information.
to when we're talking about
I would suggest look at there's a table, 2x2 table. Federal law enforcement data, which you could say what you do. Maybe we shouldn't believe that either. But
okay.
look at black
the
on Asian
FBI
crime, black
hate
on black
crimes,
crime,
the FBI
white on
hate
black
crime statistics. That's a law enforcement agency. 59.1% was based on race,
I look at
ethnicity,
absolute
and
violence.
ancestry, saying hate crimes rose 12%
violence,
between
Dasha.
2020 and 2021.
Look at the absolute crimes themselves. What they classify as a hate crime is itself a political judgment. I think that when you actually care about protecting life, if you want to say Black Lives Matter, let's look at where Black lives are actually being lost. It's in the cities, at the heart of other Black Americans and criminals
that's
that are
absolutely
restrained by
an
the
issue that we
absence
talk
of
about as well. But are we
And we
supposed
should
to
be.
ignore white supremacist hate crimes?
We're not supposed to ignore any kind of crime, Dasha. That's what I say. But what I see is a selective reporting. Take the Nashville Transgender Shooter Manifesto. Every shooter manifesto in a mass shooting has been released within 48 hours, except for that one shooter in Nashville. Now, it ended up being leaked. What do you see? It wasn't a white supremacist. It was somebody that was actually making fun of using derogatory terms. I believe.
Okay, so why are you
cracker
okay
was
talking
term
about
that
that
was
manifesto and not talking about the manifesto
I'm
from
okay talking
the
about both.
2015
I'm
Dylan
more than
Roof
okay
shooting?
talking about both, but what I'm asking is why is the mainstream media suppress that one? Why did the police suppress that one? Why was that the one shooter manifesto that of all of the mass shootings, every other shooter manifesto has been released? I'm focused on that one because that's the one that's been hidden from us. And it comes back to the point of my candidacy and the way I'm going to run this country. Trust the people with the truth. If it doesn't match your narrative,
The reality is, right now,
I think the media did not hold the police
Republicans
accountable.
are
They would have been
actually
demanding that.
starting to
If
gain
that was-
ground, gain traction
that
with
was
the
a-
black community, with Latino
and-
voters.
and
Do
it's a
not
good
worry
thing.
that your
No,
rhetoric is pushing them away. There are folks
To the contrary, I think we're gonna
the
bring
GOP
black
right
people
now
into
who
this
are
movement.
concerned about your rhetoric.
Well, you know what? I'm concerned about their corruption. If you had somebody who actually one of the most prominent black influencer the other day, what did she say? I've been black my whole life, and this man could actually unify this country in response to a long exchange I had with a black pastor who had an event here in Iowa, did challenge me with a hard question, asking me, are my views against affirmative action, how do those align with historical racial
Affirmative
injustice?
action is a debate that is being had.
If I may just
debate
finish this.
how
If I may finish my
to
point,
deal with
Dasha.
racism,
I think I will be
but
better
you're
positioned.
denying that racism is a
I've
problem.
never denied that racism is a problem. And if you listen to the response I gave to that black pastor,
Those two are gonna fuck so hard. Oh my God. Again, I don't Yeah, like I said, this is a weird debate going back and forth, but I don't feel like anyone's stop being vapid and let him speak. Goddammit! Well, they don't want him to speak because they're not getting him to fall into the pit traps that they want. They've learned enough about how he battles back that they're like, oh, well, now we got to stop him. So again, like I said, she's feisty. It's funny.
Pastor, my whole point is racism has been a major problem for most of our national history. But we're getting close to the promised land that Martin Luther King envisioned. We're as darn close to it as we ever have been. And so what bothers the heck out of me is it's right when we're close to that promised land. Martin Luther King said it, I may not get there with you, and he didn't get there with us. But I think it desecrates the legacy of our civil rights movement, desecrates the legacy of Martin Luther King, that right when we get closest to the point of having racial equality and gender equality and even opportunities for people of minorities of many types, are we perfect? No. But are we as close as we've ever been? Yes, we have. To then obsess over systemic racism, to then obsess over white guilt and otherwise, we're creating new waves of racism, Dasha, that we otherwise would have avoided right when we're closest to having achieved what even the proponents of the civil rights movement would have dreamed of. That's what bothers me. My exchange with that black pastor about a week or so ago, right here in Iowa, not far from where we are, it was in Indianola, not far from where we are in Des Moines, was that we're founded on the pursuit of a more perfect union. The pursuit of liberty, equality, and justice for all. And I reject this left-wing narrative that's creating more artificial division. So I believe I will bring more black and Hispanic voters into our movement, not by saying fake poll-tested slogans, but by speaking the hard truth, that we've been imperfect in our past, but let us celebrate the progress we've made and reject the media's cherry-picking narratives to actually get to the truth of the matter. And now if we care about black lives, the things we're going to do isn't obsessing about white supremacy. It's actually fixing the problems in our cities, which I will do as our president.
Is he wrong, though? I mean, show of hands? Toastmaster, I want him to get the nomination over Trump. Look, Trump's been so uber-duper supported, and I don't know. Do I want him to get the nomination over Trump? No, I don't think I do. Solely because of how Trump has been, like I said, Trump has been propelled to the top of this, that I don't think that that's even remotely possible. But I will say this, it pretty much seems like whoever the top candidate is, more than likely I'd say that they're probably going to put Vivek in as Vice President Chocolate. I got my Vice President Chocolate sauce, and he'll help me run things. So yeah, I feel like he'd probably be VP material and then use that to run as president going forward. But I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing him as a vice president just to help make sure we ferret out any sort of issues. Alrighty. But yeah, let's close that out. Boop boop boopity boop. We got about 10 minutes left in the show, so we are running up against it. We do not have a lot of time left. All right, so then he had another battle with them about abortion. I don't know. Do we care about the thing on abortion? Let's find his hot takes on abortion quick. We'll watch this quick and see what his hot takes are on abortion. 4 minutes.
In Iowa, you spoke about your wife Apoorva's miscarriage. Does that experience shape how you view abortion policy and whether the law should allow for some abortions when pregnancies aren't viable, like in the case of Kate Cox?
So I think that personal experience did shape, I think, my views, and I would say even mine and Apoorva's views, our family's views on abortion. I've been pro-life for a long time. Logic leads me to many of my positions. If brainwaves end, and that's when life ends. I think you can't say that life begins any later than when brainwaves begin. That's 5 or 6 weeks after conception. But here's my view on the abortion issue. I think that the
brainwaves begin 5 or 6 weeks after conception? That's well after the heartbeat, right? I don't know about that. I don't know about that fact. But I will say this. Again, too many people don't understand how much of your heartbeat is 6 weeks. Yeah, so you don't have brain waves before a heartbeat. Again, I don't know how people don't understand this. I've seen it with my own daughter. The thing is on autopilot. Even when it comes out, it takes a while for that thing to even unfold to be able to hold. All right, then. Yeah, so I don't know how I feel about that, buddy. But either way, continue.
Pro-life movement, and I consider myself part of that, hasn't done enough to walk the walk in actually standing for life and pro-life principles. I want to talk about more expansive policies of ease of access to adoption, to child care. And I, for one, I think I'm alone in the GOP on this, but I hope more embrace it. As a man, I will say this. We need to codify sexual responsibility into the law to say that if a woman brings a child to term, she should, at her option, be able to make the man the principal caretaker financially responsible for raising that child if it's confirmed by a genetic paternity test. I think that's how we're able to unite the country at least as best we can on this issue, to say it's not about men's rights or women's rights, it's about human rights. In the case of a pregnant woman who was assaulted when the unborn child...
Chevy JB saying you would have to have brain waves to have a heartbeat. Brain tells the heart to beat. No, the parts of the brain do. I mean, you're kind of right. You don't need brain waves specifically. If you're talking about that being brainwaves, then I'm again back on my argument of the whole thing is, again, it's on autopilot. It's just whatever. Anyways, my opinion is irrelevant in this. I don't control anything. Let's go ahead and go.
Child died. I haven't met one person, left or right, who says that that criminal doesn't deserve liability for that death. That says we share these pro-life instincts in common, and I want us to do better as Republicans to actually stand for those life principles than we have done to date.
So in the case of Kate Cox, where that pregnancy was not viable and she had to go through the courts, is it a compassionate message for the GOP to say that she shouldn't? Would you have allowed her to have that abortion?
I think, Bran, with due respect, I think that you are overlaying a lot of assumptions to say that's not a viable pregnancy. I don't think that that's a correct characterization. The facts are still coming out, and I'm not firsthand in the room with her and her doctor. But I don't think that it is an accepted fact at all that that was not a child who was going to be born. That child absolutely could have been alive if that pregnancy was taken to term. And so I think that a lot of the overlay in the narrative around this has confounded the reality.
Her doctors testified
but
that
what
it
I
was not
stand
a viable
by,
pregnancy.
Not a viable pregnancy is viable until what age? After birth. I think these are separate debates and nuances that we deserve to have, rather than just telling the public that that baby would have never made it to term, which, on my understanding of the facts, is actually false. And so we need to get to actual detail rather than just using vague terms like viable when that refers to viable even after birth. What I think we need is sensible policies in this country that implement pro-life views. And the pro-life views that I support are no federal funding for Planned Parenthood. Our taxpayers dollars shouldn't be going to fund Planned Parenthood. I think we need to stand for life in the form of access to adoption, access to child care. I think we can have a legitimate bipartisan discussion about that. And I favor a policy that says this should not be borne exclusively by women. It's wrong. I think men should share in this responsibility equally, or at least as equally as we can. I think the woman, if it's confirmed by a genetic paternity test, should legally be able to make the man the sole responsible party for raising that child, which will force men to take responsibility for their sexual decisions on the front end, not just putting this on women.
All right, yeah, I'm for that. Here's my thing with the defunding Planned Parenthood thing. They do a lot more than that, just like the abortion stuff. One, and two, the taxpayers shouldn't be putting their money towards towards Planned Parenthood or whatever. Like, the taxpayers shouldn't be putting their money up for that. Yeah, there's a lot of things I don't like putting my money up for, but I have to. I don't agree with putting my money up for a lot of the military spending we do. I don't get to pull it out of that. I certainly haven't wanted to spend $1 to Ukraine, but I've had to throw money for that. Why? Because there we go. I certainly don't think that the state should get to keep the $17 billion surplus they have, but I don't get to make any statements or decisions about that or how that money is spent. So I really don't like this idea of, like, the taxpayers shouldn't have to fund this money because we don't stand for this, that, or the other. Look, I like what he's saying on the we should make better access to adoption, blah, blah, blah. Right. Saint Laurent, it should be, or SS Stern, it should be called Unplanned Parenthood. VR 2024, VR 2024, VR 2024. Look, man, a lot of people like them. I believe that all of that is fed from the imbecile cord. You mean the umbilical cord? Wouldn't you need the heart first to pump oxygen to the brain? Again, no. Blood and oxygen reaches the brain via again, the umbilical cord. The heart doesn't even start pumping originally, like initially, and then it just, like I said, there's a lot of compartments in the brain that are autopilot, and yeah, I can't get into this. I'll get emotional. Let's go ahead and go.
And I think that's the way we need to not only frame, but actually approach this issue, to say this issue doesn't have to divide us to a breaking point. We're in this together, that we understand that unborn life is life, we respect it. I believe most people actually share those instincts in common if we don't make this a men versus women's issue. And I, for my part, not just as a Republican, but as a man, am willing to go to the fullest extent possible to stand for those pro-life principles, more access to crisis pregnancy care and otherwise that doesn't exist in the country. Let's have
again, something else that I feel like Planned Parenthood doesn't, you don't realize, they give access to birth control. This is one other thing that I don't like about the pro-lifers. A lot of the pro-lifers also don't like access to birth control. Well, guess what? If you don't want people having kids, contraception is kind of a big thing. So back it off. But again, I don't like the whole closing Planned Parenthood thing. I don't. Because again, this cherry picking what our money goes to based on your beliefs. I don't share your beliefs, sir. I personally think that we should make men and women incapable of having kids until they prove they're responsible for it. But I don't trust the government to have that kind of control either. So it's kind of a catch-22. Isn't that a similar argument to say they can't get voter ID cards and such? What? Sorry, not a doctor. I just smoke weed, says Evil Gandhi. Awesome. Great. I also am not a doctor. I just smoke weed. We want people having kids, says SS Stern, but I'm not against contraception. Isn't that a similar argument to saying that they can't get voter ID cards? It's saying they're not smart enough to use contraceptives. Who is not smart enough to use contraceptives? When the fuck where did that come from? Angry Saxon. Who said that? Not a good piece to end the show on. Bummer for the end. Great show. Good evening, says Mr. Q. I'm sorry. Quit charging people for AB if you're going to sell baby pieces. Do you really believe that bullshit? Oh, they're selling baby parts. Right. I'm sure they are. Oh. And again, Not a good ending to Friday's show. It was in the docket, and it was just there. I wasn't planning to talk about the abortion thing. That was in this. We were talking about the other one, but too bad. At any rate, so yeah, again, with the contraceptives part, who's saying they're too dumb to use contraceptives? Again, I'm saying birth control, particularly female birth control, is made widely available to a lot of women through Planned Parenthood. And that's something that, like, again, the whole, we should defund Planned Parenthood. Then who's paying for the contraceptives? Again, I'm not saying they can't get them. I'm saying they have to wait. Oh, wait, Johnny doesn't believe in the Project Veritas videos? The Project Veritas videos of them selling baby parts? I don't know. I don't want to get into this wormhole right now of baby parts at the Project Veritas videos of what? I don't believe every Planned Parenthood is selling baby parts. I don't get where are we? Yeah, I don't. Tell me I misheard that. Planned Parenthood as a government operation, so we pay for it anyway, is a government operation. Save this conversation for Rumble, says Evil Gandhi. Maybe I should. We're already over on time. I don't even know that I want to get in that wormhole. I was just airing this, so you know what? Apparently we're ruffling feathers. We had a Alabama man stripping buck naked at doing cannonballs into a Bass Pro Shop thing. We'll save that for another one. But we'll go ahead and head out. It's been a fun time. We're over on time, and I got to get into things. I think that pregnancy is basically potentially, and abortion is the killer of all potentiality. I'm not saying you should have abortion at any point. I'm just saying, again, if you're not fit to be a parent, you shouldn't have a kid. Plenty of unfit people have kids. Plenty of people abuse having kids to abuse systems and such and other people. Again, here's what I don't think. I don't think I should make the decision for somebody else. I think if me and somebody are with child, then we have to have that conversation, and we have to bear that brunt, and we have to make those decisions. And the things I liked about Ramaswamy, the guy has to be held accountable and recharged. The idea that you can pump, dump, and run is not cool. But at any rate, we're going to... for a really big shoe. I have ginormous shoes. I have huge feet. I am a goddamn hobbit. At any rate, we've been Johnny. You've been an audience. It's been fun. We're going to head out of here and catch you guys later. We'll be on this Sunday for our Sunday Smoke Show. And until Monday, take care of yourselves and each other, all that good stuff. Au revoir.
Game over.
Parking in Miss Swati. For the handicap. I am handicapped. I'm psychotic.
Game over, man. Game over.
Game over.